Welcome back to Buried in Horror, podcast where we take scares to the next level with terrifying twists and nightmarish what ifs. Today, diving into a crossover that no one saw coming: Big Brother Horror Edition. 18 iconic horror characters, one house, no escape. For weeks, they'll be under constant surveillance, scheming, backstabbing, and battling out in gruesome competitions. From alliances forged in fear to shocking betrayals that'll send chills down your spine. We're imagining what happens when horror's greatest legends are forced to play the ultimate social game. Will the slashers dominate? Can the final girls outwit the monsters? And who will survive the inevitable bloodbath that claim the title of Big Brother Horror Champion? Let's get the chaos going and welcome to Big Brother Horror Edition. Let the terror and the games begin. Well, hello there, Cameron. How are you?
I'm doing great, Austin. How are you doing?
Good, good. Well, I'm excited to be back again here with you doing something that I don't think you even saw coming.
I really didn't. I didn't even know this was a thing. When we did Survivor, I was like, all right, that's cool. I'm excited to do more of this. Then you showed me that we could do Big Brother, and I was like, what? We can do more than just Survivor? And the thing is, this is the same exact site we use for Survivor. So we can
It
make the
sure is.
Yeah, so we can make the characters lore accurate like we did on Survivor. So if you enjoyed
Yes.
watching the Survivor episode of the podcast, then you're also going to enjoy this one.
Yeah, I'm excited to bring another spin-off to another popular reality television show. I personally don't have much personal experience with watching Big Brother or anything like that. I've heard of like things that have gone on in the Big Brother house, like when the things are airing, but they always feel like a never-ending season to watch.
Right. I feel like
So,
why watch Big Brother when you have Survivor? I just feel like Survivor is just a better and more polished version of it. Not saying Big Brother is bad, because it's not, but I think I prefer Survivor more. I feel like it just feels more competitive, you know? I think it's just better. But I'm still really excited to see how this goes for Big Brother. Because, like I said, Big Brother is still good.
yeah, for sure. These two things are very different social experiments.
Hmm.
Survivor, you have the wide open outside. You can like, get the air, there's different kinds of pressures in each person's experience there. Well, here in Big Brother, they're all stuck inside the house. You have cameras on you all the time watching everything. Like there's a different type of pressure. And I think
Hmm.
that these um housemates are going to be an interesting look at a first season for this. So, are you ready to get into who we have entering the house for this first season?
I'm ready and my body is ready.
Starting us off at the top of modern day horror classics is the mime, the myth, the clown, Art the Clown.
Don't call him a mime.
Art
He doesn't
King's.
like that. He'll kill you.
Art, I'm sure everyone is familiar with if you're a fan of horror. Or the Clown, coming from the Terrifier series, as well as starting off in two other movies, All Hallows Eve and then The Ninth Sense or something like along those lines.
Hmm.
Um but here he is. I'm gonna be interested to see how he interacts with the other housemates as he doesn't speak.
It's definitely going to be more physical communication than it will anything else.
Yeah. Alright, you wanna head on to the next housemate entering the house?
Baby Firefly. You see, I don't know the House of a Thousand Corpses, the Firefly trilogy, as well as most people do, but from what I know about Baby specifically, she is a loudmouth, annoying. Her voice is grating. She has a no BS tolerance. You know, if she likes you, she likes you. If she hates you, you're probably already dead. She is just she's a nut job is what she is. Like I think out of all the characters on this list, she might actually be the craziest. And that's saying a lot cuz looking at the rest of the
There's some
cast,
fucked up.
yeah, exactly. There's some really messed up characters on here. But yeah, I think she takes the cake. She's just so fucked.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Baby Firefly interact with a bunch of these other housemates and see how her dynamic in the house goes.
Me too.
Uh, Going in next is another horror icon, even though she has the least amount of screen time ever. Casey Becker from the opening of Scream. Casey is such a great character, even though like she's such a short-lived character. She's one of the most memorable opening scenes of any horror movie as well. Um, I mean, it's gonna be great to see Casey hopefully get a little bit more screen time than she did.
Yeah. And let's I it's very like it's not said enough, but nobody when this movie came out was expecting Drew Barrymore to be the first person killed. Nobody expected that. I guarantee you nobody went into the movie expecting Drew Barrymore, you know, her character dead in like the first less than 20 minutes of the film. Nobody was expecting that because like she was on like the posters and everything when this movie was coming out, and just people were like, "Wow, this movie's gonna start Drew. This is awesome." Nope. So you know, just like how she surprised us with her death, maybe she can surprise us with how she is in Big Brother. You know.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Demogorgon. Yes, this picture is from the video game Dead by Daylight, but that's just because we couldn't find great pictures of Demo. But this is still his best one, even if there were. The Demogorgon, there's not really too much to say about him. He's just a monster, you know. Other than like the one that Dustin had when it was like a baby, like these things don't really have emotion. They just feed. So I'm very curious to see how a Demogorgon is going to be in Big Brother. I don't see Demogorgon doing well. I don't see them going along with like challenges and whatnot at all. They're just going to be their own thing. So I'm very curious to see how they act.
Heck yeah. Moving on to another kind of wild card is Finney Blake. If you don't know Finney Blake, um, he's from the Black Phone movie. He is the main uh character who is kidnapped and against all odds is able to survive his kidnapper and eventually uh have him meet his demise. So he's a very smart kid. Our first kid really to compete um in a simulation. So
I mean,
it'd
Kyle's a
be
kid.
interesting to see how well he's able to. Hmm.
I said, I mean, Kyle's kind of a kid, isn't she?
Kyle's kind of a kid, but he's younger.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Um, See how he interacts with everybody else and is able to make it through the house.
Yeah. Next up, God, we have some weird fucking characters that make no sense, but Grandpa Sawyer. This man doesn't talk. He doesn't move. He just makes noises and can barely figure out how to drink blood. This man is going to be doing pretty much nothing. If you thought Demogorgon was a loose cannon, Grandpa Sawyer. I am genuinely curious how he is going to work. Because when it comes to strengths, I can think of nothing except for maybe endurance because of how old he is. I if you don't know, this is the version from TCM2, so he is moving a little bit more, but it's like barely at all, you know. So if there's anything physical, he ain't doing it unless he has like a wheelchair. he ain't doing anything. He ain't gonna be able to communicate with people because he's just like he doesn't know how to talk. Um, so again, him, Demogorgon, and Art, very interesting characters that I'm just like, well, let's see how this goes.
From one old man to a young man who ends up coming back in a later movie and looking real old is Isaac Kroner from The Children of the Corn. Are you an avid Children of the Corn watcher? Have
I've
you seen
never,
Children of the
never,
Corn?
I've never seen it.
Never.
I
So
want to
Isaac
watch
is
it.
a yeah, he has the most iconic hat, I feel like from anything you might see from Children of the Corn.
Yeah,
Um
I don't know anything about
Isaac is
Children of the Corn, but I know him.
yeah. Yeah, you know him. Like if you don't know anything about it, you've seen this kid.
Yeah.
Man, boy. The leader of the Children of the Corn before he meets his demise. Um Isaac is a great leader
Mm-hmm.
until he loses his leadership with the Corn. Um, so it's gonna be interesting to see him interacting with people who are not kids, but maybe he'll get a more liking or gravitate towards someone like Vinny Blake.
Right. All right. Next up, this one I know. If you don't know who John Kramer is, you know Billy the Puppet, the Jigsaw Killer. You know him. He's the mastermind behind it all. I was originally thinking about adding him into the Survivor cast, but I decided not to do it because Survivor is just such a physical game. Sure, he can play a strategical game phenomenally, but in terms of challenges, he'd be out before the merge, you know? But when I found out through Austin that there's Big Brother, this one isn't nearly as physically demanding. So I've heard. So I was like, I think John Kramer can do this. Sure, he's an older guy. He's not grandpa old, but he's an older guy, you know, and he has to be physically active because he's setting up these jigsaw traps, you know? So he's got to have some bit of physical strength. It might not be much, but he definitely has some. And in terms of like the strategic game, I think he is the most strategic player out of all of these. That I'm pretty certain. Maybe Patrick Bateman, but I think John Kramer for sure is up there.
All right, moving on to our next final girl. It's Kirsty Cotton from Hellraiser. An original final girl. Kirsty obviously surviving through the Cenobites and their crazy nasty antics of such. Kirsty definitely being very smart, and I think she will be a great player in this kind of strategic game. So yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say about Kirsty.
Mm. Now we have our first and only returning character. We saw Kyle on Survivor. Kyle is back, and she's ready for redemption. Sure, she placed pretty high. She made it to the merch in Survivor, but she's back and she's hungry for vengeance. She wants more. She wants to win. And if she can't win Survivor, she's going to go for Big Brother. Kyle, for those who don't know, if you haven't watched the previous podcast, she's from Child's Play 2. She is Andy Barclay's foster sibling, and other than Chucky and Andy, she is the best part of the movie, hands down. She just I said this in the previous podcast as well, but her bond with Andy is the best bond I've ever seen in any foster sibling in any cinema piece ever, especially for the time. It was just beautiful and heartwarming. And as the actress who plays Kyle said, she said what made it so empowering and why some kids watched it was because it really felt like a kid team up beating the bad guy. And, it's a very powerful message to kids, So I think Kyle is a force to be reckoned with, and she has experience on Survivor. I don't know if anyone here might know that, but but she has experience. So I'm curious to see how things turn out for her.
Yeah, it was a different kind of game for Kyle, so I'm very interested
Hmm.
in see if she has learned how to play more strategically.
Right.
Moving forward, we have Lorraine coming from a movie X, a phenomenal movie. Lorraine is a side main character in that she is a lot of fun. She is originally like doing the sound boomstick for their movie that they're producing, then wants to get involved in the movie. Um, and then everything kind of starts going a little haywire after that. She is very tough. She's resilient. However, she does meet her demise kind of in the end, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Um, so I think she has what it takes to make it to the end. She has the endurance and the fight to want to be there. So we'll see how she goes.
I agree. And the thing is, depending on which act this is, she's either going to be like quiet like a mouse, or she's going to be a very loud person. Because in the first half of the movie, she's super quiet and more so keeps to herself. In the second act, she becomes more feisty and becomes more loud. So I'm curious to see if that's going to, be a part of this. If she's going to be more quiet during the beginning of this season, and during the end, she's like a chatterbox. You know.
Yeah,
Next
for
up,
sure.
next up, we have, a character most people probably don't know. This isn't a horror movie character, so but to be fair, Demogorgon isn't either. So fuck it. Um, it's Pablo Santiago. Now, for those of you who don't know Pablo Santiago, he is from the TV shows that was canceled by Stars. It's called Ash versus Evil Dead. The cancellation of that show still pisses me off, but still, I love Pablo's character. He is such a great side character to Ash, and not to mention, he made Ash his fucking glove. He made his glove hand. And he helps Ash through thick and thin. He is such a strong character. He's also funny as fuck. So I think when it comes to humor, people are going to like him. And also like he's had experience with the Deadites. Like he's been possessed before. So, he might still have a bit of that darkness in him. So he might be able to bond with like the more sinister characters. So I think Pablo is definitely going to be another character to look out for.
For sure. Another one to really watch your background is the dashingly handsome
So hot.
Patrick Bateman from American Psycho.
My toes are curling.
Patrick is Patrick is a very intelligent, eloquent man who I think honestly might have this in the bag depending on the way he plays it. I mean, he is charming as hell. He is smart and he is strategic. I mean, that kind of gives me a clear winner in my book, but also it could pose a big threat if any of these other housemates know anything about Patrick Bateman.
Right. They could think he's just some normal guy, you know? They could be like, what is just a regular businessman fucking doing here? You know?
He's here to make business happen.
He's handing out his cards. Who do you think he would get along with here? Maybe John
um,
Kramer.
I could see him having like a something with John, but I feel he would want to come off more um with maybe some of the heroes.
Maybe Kirsty.
So I could see him with Kirsty, or I could see him going with Casey.
Oh yeah, true. I could see him with Casey. All right. I see a character later on down the list we haven't said yet that he could, bond with. Miss Wendy. But anyway, we'll get back to her later. Next up, Roy Burns. Now I know what you're thinking. Who the fuck is Roy Burns? Right? That's probably a question a lot of people are asking. He is from Friday the 13th. And now when I say Friday the 13th, people are like, "Oh, Pamela Voorhees from the first one, Jason's mother." Or, Jason Voorhees, the hockey mask guy. Well, my friends, if you are a true Friday the 13th enjoyer, you will know that in Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning, Jason is not the killer. Pamela is not the killer. For the first and only time, it is a character unrelated to the Voorhees family. It is Roy Burns. Roy Burns dons Jason's hockey mask and plays the part of Jason. His son ends up dying in the movie, and so that like engages like a spark in his head, and he just wants to take vengeance on the people that just sat around when his son died. Kind of like how Pamela wanted to take vengeance for Jason's, you know, death when he drowned. So it's really just a revenge kind of story for Roy. And the thing that sucks is that Roy Burns is a paramedic. And so when he went to go investigate, this murder that happened, he had no idea that it was his son that had gotten murdered. So he has seen some shit. He discovered that his son died, you know? And yeah, he's just it's a really tragic story for him. He doesn't get enough credit. Um so I'm curious to see how he's going to play himself because nobody expected he would become a serial killer. Nobody did. They thought he was just, he's just paramedic man. And so I'm curious to see how Roy Burns does. That's pretty much all I got to say about him.
All right. After Roy Burns, we have Sally Hardesty. We might know that name, but maybe not know this face. This is Sally Hardesty from the most recent Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, produced via Netflix, where they brought back the original actress who played Sally in the original The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Um, I picked this version of her because I wanted to see her come back with what she has grown with and all of her experience of being a final girl and now getting to come back with all of that experience. I think she is another force to be reckoned with. She has so much experience of strategizing and all of that. Um, Also, getting to see her come back and also interact with somebody she may remember as well way back when. Grandpa Sawyer.
I do want to say you did get one thing wrong, though. This is not the original actress who played Sally Hardesty. The original actress,
Oh,
yeah, the original actress passed away 8 years before this movie came out.
damn.
Mm. Yeah, so the original actress was played by Marilyn Burns, and the actress who plays her in this version, her name is Olwen Flore. So,
Mm,
you know, different actress, but she still does a good job.
yeah.
Next up, my fucking god, this character. I chose this character, so I'm just disappointed in myself because I was really in a goofy mood when I chose this character. It's fucking Turkey from Thanksgiving. And this picture is from Thanksgiving 3. So we're going off of Thanksgiving 3 Turkey, everyone. Man. Thanksgiving, he's just a killer turkey. That's his whole personality. And he's really punny, but his puns aren't good. Like, his most clever pun he's ever said was when he killed someone. He's like, "That's foul play." That was his only like good pun. Other than that, he says shit like, "Nice tits, bitch." Like it feels like he's trying so hard to be Freddy Krueger, but he's so ass at it. And man, he's gonna get on everyone's nerves so badly. Like again, I wouldn't be shocked if he's the first to go because he's not going to get along with anybody, anyone. No one is going to like him. So, just having on here for the meme is funny though.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway,
All right, we're down to the last two. We have from The Shining, Wendy Torrance. I'm sure everyone should be pretty familiar with Wendy and her appearance in The Shining, from her iconic scene in the restroom with Jack breaking his way in. Here's Johnny. Wendy has really endured it all, physically and mentally. So I think she'll
especially
have
with
all that
Kubrick.
experience put to test to her here in this competition, and hopefully she can get out of her head too.
Yeah, the actress Shelley Duvall had to deal with so much like abuse on set too, which really affected the character. Sure, it made the
Yeah, and that's why
characters.
she never come back to acting.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it made. Don't get me wrong, it made her character really good in the sense of like it showed like she was genuinely scared and petrified. It felt really realistic, but the way of doing it
Yeah,
was fucked up, and I feel bad for Shelley
yeah,
Duvall that you know shit went about that way.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
just wanted to address that really quick because that's something that always irks me about The Shining is just the treatment of her. Anyway, last but not least, Zoe Sandon. Some of you might not realize who this is. You might not recognize her. If you've watched the very first Purge movie, not the first Purge, because that's a different movie. The first Purge is its own movie. The original Purge movie. It wasn't about like it wasn't exploring all these people killing across the street, people robbing and whatnot. The very original Purge movie is my personal favorite because it is straight up just a home invasion. And I was originally going to put the original Masked Man on here, but I was like, you know what? I kind of want to add another survivor on here. So Zoe Sandon is the daughter of the people of the Sandon family who live in that house. And there are a bunch of people that are trying to break into her house because they are helping a homeless man that they want to kill. And so the Sandon family is protecting them. Um, and Zoe Sandon is one of the members of that family who is protecting, and I just love her character in it. I think she is a great sister in the movie, and she plays the role of like a teenager pretty well in it. Like she is the like typical um, teenage high schooler, um, but she actually has character development. You know, so like at the beginning you think she's gonna be just so generic, but then she gets character, and I like her. So this one's just kind of like a personal me pick.
All right, and there you have our very first premiere cast for the Horror Brothers season one. If you are not familiar with the Big Brother layout, these housemates are going to be competing in what is known as a head of house competition. Basically, who is the best in the house in a challenge related setting. That winner will then nominate three people for eviction, which is also known as elimination. Um, the head of house and the nominees will then face off in a power of veto competition where two other house guests are invited to compete. The six of them will then compete for the power of veto. The winner of the power of veto can choose to save a housemate that is up for eviction or not. Afterwards, the nomination ceremony will commence and the house guest will vote amongst who should be evicted. I think I'm ready, but are you ready for this, Cameron?
I'm ready, and my body is ready.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's get to the very first section of week one, which are the alliances. So we have some alliances right off the bat. We have John Kramer and Pablo Santiago. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I can kind of see it because John Kramer goes after people that like don't value their life or they're doing something messed up. Pablo doesn't do that. Pablo does value his life and he cares for others. He is a good person. And John Kramer, while he is a villain, he loves good people. which
Do you see John looking at Pablo as more of an accomplice since he's
I
aware of Ash's hands
exactly
situation?
I can honestly really see that he could possibly see Pablo as someone who after the season is over. Hey, do you want to make some traps for me? I could see you as my own protege. And Pablo will be like, I'm not sure about that, man.
Yeah.
But I honestly that this is a pairing that I honestly wasn't expecting, but looking at it now, I like it.
Moving down, we have also Baby Firefly aligning with Lorraine and a Pablo.
I can see Pablo and Lorraine. I don't. Maybe Baby isn't like showing she's crazy yet.
Yeah.
Because she can play it off. It's just more difficult for her because she is just so fucking batshit crazy.
Moving down, we also have an unlikely alliance I didn't see coming. Lorraine and Turkey.
I this one pisses me off. What the fuck? I'm genuine. How is Turkey an alliance before Patrick Bateman, brother? What? No, it makes no sense. Okay, Lorraine is a sweetie, so maybe that's why. I
I
don't.
think she sees the good in it. She's like, ooh, I might be interested in that.
Because maybe Lorraine's trying to get in the industry, and Turkey's just like, "Hey, you have nice tits, bitch." I don't
Yeah.
know. That's so fucked.
Alright. So the head of house. The house kids must hold on to suspended toilet seats while receiving huge wedgies. The last house kids hanging from the toilet will win the competition, becoming the first head of house. So Isaac finishes in last. He tries to throw the challenge.
I mean, I don't blame him.
John finishes 17th. Lorraine finishes 16th. Wendy in 15th.
How the
Grandpa
fuck?
14th. He's used to sitting down and
Oh, yeah,
getting
true.
wedgies, maybe.
True. How is a
Turkey.
turkey getting a fucking wedgie? Okay.
Pablo finishes
I'm sorry, I'm
12th.
complaining too much about turkey.
Roy finishes in 11th. Kirsty in 10th. Sally in ninth. Art in 8th. Baby in 7th. Kyle in 6th. Casey in 5th. Emo in 4th. And it comes down to Zoe, Finney, and Patrick.
Oh, here's the thing.
Where do you see this going?
I think this is going to sound really weird and fucked up. I think Finney wins because he is a kid that
Yeah?
gets bullied, and so he definitely gets wedgies. So I think he's used to it, and so it doesn't really bother him. I think Patrick gets second. Actually, yeah, I think Patrick might get second, just because I don't think Zoe likes it at all, and I think she'd get uncomfortable really fucking quick.
All right.
I
Well, coming in third place,
Okay, Patrick.
Patrick.
Okay. Again, if Finney wins, that wouldn't be a shock. But if Zoe wins, holy fuck.
The winner of the very first head of house,
Yeah.
Finney.
Yeah, like I said, he gets bullied. He's used to wedgies, man.
All right, so either I guess we can go through who he saves with the keys, and then we'll find out who the three nominees are.
Okay. This will be a longer episode if we do that. But I'm down for it.
Kyle, you're safe. Lorraine is safe. John is safe. Finney is
No!
safe. Pablo is safe. Roy is safe. Demo is safe. Wendy is safe. Sally is safe. Kirsty is safe. Casey is safe. Isaac is safe. Patrick is safe. Zoe is safe. And Art is safe. And three
Yeah, I was
nominee
supposed to
or
say.
the two nominees, I guess, are Finney, Baby, and Grandpa.
Baby, I do not like you at all. Grandpa, I dislike you. You do not want to tell baby Firefly, hey, I don't like you at all. Baby is too.
Baby's too angry to speak.
And Grandpa didn't
Grandpa
want
didn't
Grandpa.
want to be nominated. Understands.
I mean, he's an old man. He's got to understand why.
All right, so each of the people, the HOH and nominees, will get to draw someone to participate. They could drawer's choice and get to pick whoever they want. Then he draws House gets
Ooh,
choice and he selects Zoe to participate. He has the best relationship with Zoe.
okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I can see it.
I can see
Cause
him being like a brother.
yeah, cause Zoe has a little brother, and I can see
Yeah.
being kind of like Finney. So yeah, it makes sense.
Baby draws
What?
Isaac to participate,
Okay.
and Grandpa draws the dog.
That's so fucking funny.
All right. The participants must use different remotes to change the various boxes on the screen so a picture is formed. Whoever does it the fastest wins Power Veto.
Oh yeah,
Baby finishes the
yeah, she
last.
would suck at that.
Zoe finishes fifth. Demo finishes fourth.
How?
It comes down to Grandpa, Isaac, and Finney.
Hmm.
I could see Grandpa winning.
I could too. That man definitely sits in front of a TV all day.
Coming in third place is Finney,
It could be
and the
Isaac
winner
though.
of the Power of Veto, Grandpa.
He looks so happy. Look at him.
um, Baby and Grandpa state why they should save themselves. If you want to read that.
I have less of a challenge with it than Grandpa. Grandpa. It just makes sense for me to save myself. How are you going to
Grandpa decides
convince
to save himself.
show Finney as a replacement? Ooh, who would Finney choose? Who was the other one? Who was like the Art the clown maybe?
Art was at the bottom, yeah.
Yeah. Demo.
Oh.
I do not like you at all. Demo starts yelling at me, just like.
Yeah. Well, our first two nominees for the season are Baby and Demogorgon.
Oh my god.
All right, what happens in the house? Lorraine irrationally lashes out at Kirsty.
Oh,
Casey and John bond slightly.
I know that Ghostface guy.
After
Looks
borrowing an
pretty sure he
item,
gave me one to play with.
Casey Patrick accidentally breaks it. Damn.
Patrick doesn't fucking care, man.
All right. They give speeches on why they should stay. Baby doesn't bother to give a speech, and Demo says that they're a loyal player than Baby.
No, how the fuck is he saying? Never
They're the translator.
mind. Actually, you know what? He is loyal because he helped out Grandpa.
All
Shoot,
right.
Art just puts
Art.
himself down.
Demo. He considers Demo overall greater threat.
That is your Art would get shit on by Demo.
Casey goes for Demo. She has a better relationship with Baby.
Well, yeah, it's fucking Demogorgon.
Grandpa votes Baby. He has a
I
better
mean,
relationship with Demo.
yeah.
Isaac votes Demo. He has an overall greater threat. I mean, physically, yeah, Demo is a big threat.
Grandpa is no threat at all.
John votes to evict a Demo. Kirsty votes to eliminate Baby. Kyle votes for Baby. Lorraine votes for Demo.
Yeah, she's on alliance with Baby. That's right.
And so is Pablo, so they also vote Demo.
Yeah, Demo's gone.
Patrick votes Demo. Roy votes Baby. Sally votes Demo. Turkey votes Baby. Wendy votes Demo. And Zoe votes
Turkey's like,
Demo.
hey, I have a better relationship with Demo, but nice tits anyway, bitch.
By a vote of 10 to 5, the
Shit
house
on.
gets evicted. Demo.
Explosive
Gives an
speech, yet he
explosive.
just roars. Just like that was loud. I hurt my ears. Holy fuck. In my throat.
And there we have it. Week 1 completed in the house.
I'm not.
Demogorgon.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that Demo's first boot. Cause like I said, Demo has no
Alright.
fucking personality.
Yeah. Alliances. We have the same things going on. Everyone looks the same. I think maybe Lorraine went up.
Did she? Oh,
I don't remember if they were both 8.
huh.
But it looks like we
Oh,
have a new alliance form. It's the
how the
big one.
turkey fucking
We
cat. I
got
hear
Art,
you
we got
snickering.
Kyle, Roy, Sally, and Turkey. This is good for Kyle. Kyle needed to get into something.
Yeah, and Kyle wants it. Kyle's not messing around this time. She knows she needs to alliance right away. All right.
So the head of house competition, the house gets stationed on one end of a beam. On the other side are 6 kegs. They must travel across the beam to bring a keg, and the rapid keg can bring it back. The first guest to bring back all 6 become the new head of house.
Yeah, it makes no sense that Grandpa's doing well though.
Yeah, they don't know he's in a wheelchair, but he's also at the bottom still. So
Yeah, so
John, followed by Wendy, Grandpa, Kyle, Turkey, Isaac, Baby,
if Asami was in this,
Lorraine,
she'd crush. It's like I said, two
Casey,
twos.
Pablo, Patrick, Kirsty, Sally.
Sally
The
did really
top
well.
3 are once again Zoe, and then Roy and Art.
I, honest to God, could see Art winning this.
Roy's also a big boy.
That's true.
Is he gonna have the ability to balance?
Ah,
Coming in third place is Zoe,
clearly more than Zoe.
and the winner is
Roy!
Roy
Okay,
Burns.
that was a surprise. Because he is a hefty boy.
He is.
Alright.
Our saved people are Art, Kirsty, Turkey,
Man.
John, Grandpa, Baby, Vinny, Patrick,
Is he gonna,
Kyle,
is
Sally,
he gonna choose the girl?
Casey, Pablo, Isaac, and Lorraine. The bottom 2,
Shit. He picked
Wendy
Zoe.
and Zoe.
Fuck. I was really hoping he wouldn't have picked Zoe. What? Maybe because she's a challenge that?
Oh yeah, she's
Never
been in
mind.
the
Wendy,
top
I do not like you
both
all. Also,
so
Zoe, I dislike you.
far. And they're both unfazed.
Well, yeah. Why doesn't he like them, though? Huh.
Yeah, I
Weird.
mean, I don't see him having any like
I see why you would have.
what's the word? Like any relation, like reason to like them.
I mean, maybe Zoe because like at the place where his son died, there were some girls around her age. That's the only thing I can think of for why he might dislike Zoe. But then Lorraine is around the same age, so it doesn't. Never mind. It doesn't make fucking sense.
Yeah.
Maybe Wendy because she smokes and smoking kills, and he's a paramedic. I don't fucking know. It's like,
Yeah, I don't see that he has anything really in common with them.
yeah, he's just like maybe he's saying I don't like you because they're not getting to know him.
All right. So at the veto selections, Roy draws Patrick.
Oh,
Wendy gets Casey, and Zoe gets Lorraine.
let's go. Let's see what this challenge is.
Uh,
Veto Fortune. That's a great
so the
name.
house gets plunged in the backyard. They'll see various objects lying around. There are candles, fortune cookies, tarot cards, eyeballs, other objects related to fortune telling. Each round the house guests must estimate how many of a certain item there are. They can either stay or fold after hearing the other guesses. Between the house guests that stay, the one with the closest earns a points, while the furthest is eliminated. The first house guest to earn 3, or the last one standing wins.
Okay.
Patrick immediately finishes in last place,
Yeah.
followed by Casey and Zoe.
Hmm.
So that leaves Lorraine, Roy, and Wendy. Who do you think he would do well at this kind of challenge?
Um. Hmm. You know what? I think Roy's a paramedic. So he has to know where certain stuff is, right? And he has to know like how many of certain parts of whatever there are in the body because he is a fucking paramedic, you know? So I think he
Mm-hmm.
might have a good memory. So I think he might do well.
All right. Let's see. Coming in third is Lorraine, and the winner of the challenge
Yeah.
is Roy. So he has
Voice
earned the
crushing it.
golden power. So they both give a speech on why they should stay. Wendy says she's a loyal player, and Zoe provides a long speech. I think Zoe really wants to stay in this competition, really.
Yeah.
She's been fighting real hard
Do
for
you
it.
think he's gonna change? I don't think he will.
He does not
Yeah.
use the power of veto. He still supports his original nominations.
Okay.
Zoe's a
Zoe's a
little
little
upset,
upset.
though.
Yeah, I would be too. After like spilling your heart out, and he doesn't like get phased at all.
Yeah, and she's been putting her heart into both of these challenges, so.
Yeah.
In the house, Zoe meant a new game, so the house is thrilled to have something to do. So yeah, she needs to kind of convince the house that she
Yeah,
needs to be
but
the one
Wendy
still
needs to
in
go,
this.
not her.
Uh, Patrick improves his relationships in the house as well. Of course, due to the mental stress of the game, Zoe is isolating herself now from the rest of the house, which is not good to
Yeah, that
do.
is really bad to do in a situation like this.
Pablo flips the mattress on the bed of Kyle.
What?
After borrowing an item from Finny, Turkey accidentally breaks it.
Yeah, that
Tracks.
sounds right. Fucking hate that piece of shit.
All right, so Wendy and Zoe face eviction. They give speeches on why they should stay.
Yeah, Wendy's just
Wendy
vibing.
says that she's less of a challenge threat than Zoe, which is fair. I mean, Wendy has not been at the top three.
Yeah.
Once again, Zoe gives a long speech. I don't know if that's going to be hurting her, though.
I think it might hurt her.
Art the Clown votes Zoe,
Yeah.
considering her a greater challenge threat. Zoe, same thing.
Yeah.
Zoe, Wendy. Vinny has a better relationship with Zoe, so
Yep.
yeah, I forgot that they had that going on. Grandpa votes Zoe.
Isaac votes. Yeah, I was about to say Isaac votes Wendy
Wendy.
here.
John votes Wendy. Kirsty votes Wendy. She's coming
Oh,
back.
wait. This is the con. Oh,
Lyle votes Zoe.
wait.
Lorraine votes Wendy. Pablo votes Zoe.
That one I don't know
Patrick
why.
votes Zoe.
Yeah, it's
Sally
Zoe.
votes Zoe. And Turkey says, fuck those. Zoe's gone. I vote of 9 to 5. The second house guest evicted is
From 9
Zoe.
to 5. Sorry.
As she's leaving, she wishes everyone good luck.
Yeah, Zoe would
What
do
a
that.
player! I'm sad to see Zoe go out so soon.
Me too. Man. I mean, I feel like people that are watching might not care too much since they don't know her too well. But me personally, I'm a bit sad, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I've seen Purge. I mean, I wasn't like when you said Zoe as a contender, I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But even just the first 2 weeks of her being on, I wanted her to get further than that,
right,
just
especially
based off how she was performing.
fucking further than Turkey, please. Like, if Turkey fucking
All right,
wins.
episode 3. Looks like we got the same alliances. We got sevens. We got all sevens here. Eights. Everyone's about the same loyalty there. And oh, looks like John and Pablo are no longer in an alliance. That's a big. Wonder what
Hmm.
happened.
I feel like one or two things happened. Pablo realized how just fucking twisted John is in the head, or John just I don't know. Maybe he's like, never mind, you can't be my protege. You know, like I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I don't know
Yeah,
what
you could
John's
be
reason.
focusing more on Lorraine and
Right.
babies. It's-
Yeah, because
But
yeah. I, mm.
we'll see. The more the merrier. The house gets each stand on their individual lanes and must travel up and down the lane, transporting hot chocolate from a tub to a glass bowl on the opposite side. First house guest to fill the bowl and retrieve the ping pong ball from the inside will be the new head of house.
John is sucking.
Yeah,
You
I
expect
mean, and then you got
something like that, he wouldn't be bad, but fucking he does worse than Grandpa. Like,
yeah. I mean, you got people who are definitely more agile and
Yeah.
care.
Hmm.
We got Grandpa, Baby,
Oh yeah, baby
Lorraine,
is erratic as
Finny.
fuck.
Try to throw the challenge.
Doesn't want to be head of
Finny did not want
house. Yeah.
to. Mm-mm. Art, Turkey, Casey, Sally, Wendy, Pablo, and Isaac, which comes down to Kirsty, Patrick, and Kyle.
Mm.
I guess
I
Kyle taking a win.
I could honestly see Patrick taking it too,
I could see Patrick doing
because
it.
he definitely drinks a bunch of coffee, so he knows how to not spill.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right. Come
yeah.
in third,
Wow. Okay.
Patrick.
Still pretty good though.
And the winner is
Kyle. Okay.
Kyle. Getting her first challenge
Yeah.
win.
I see Kyle. Who do I see her putting up? Maybe Lorraine.
All right, let's find out. We got Patrick is safe. Sally, Casey, Art, Benny,
Yeah, definitely not Finny.
Baby, Kirsty, Grandpa, Turkey,
Fuck.
Isaac,
Oh, okay, not
Lorraine is
Lorraine.
safe. Roy, and Wendy. Which means it's
Oh, John Kramer and Pablo Santiago. Sorry, John, but we dislike one another, so it's logical to put you on the block. Also, Pablo, I dislike you. John has no reaction. Pablo's a little upset. Yeah, John would not give a fuck about what
It's
a
like,
little
okay,
girl thinks about him.
I
And
got my next challenge ready.
Pablo would be upset because he'd be like, "But why?" You know, not that's how Pablo would be.
All right. Kyle draws house guest choice, and she chooses Art.
Oh,
She's most closely aligned with Art.
okay.
Drawing draws Casey, and we got Pablo and Lorraine.
Lorraine's participating in a lot of these.
She is. Big Brother meets. The house guests must enter the yard to see a cash counting machine. Each round, they will be given an amount of money, which they must collect from various coins that are raining down in the backyard. The house guest that is the furthest away from the given amount will be eliminated. The last house guest will win the power of veto. So we have Art, John, and Lorraine finishing in 6th, 5th, and 4th. Competition comes down to Kyle, Casey, and Pablo.
I'm honestly praying Kyle doesn't win. Yeah.
Kyle finishes in 3rd.
So do you think Casey or
Casey,
Pablo wins
Pablo.
this?
I feel like Pablo would probably want to win. I feel like he has the energy.
I feel like he's more
Casey,
determined than Casey is.
yeah, Casey isn't up for the block, and she doesn't have any like.
Maybe she wants to save John though.
Would she want me to?
I,
No.
because I don't know who
See, that's a random like draw. She wasn't picked.
exactly. So maybe she want to save John. Maybe she save Pablo or not change anything. I don't know. Okay,
And looks like
Pablo.
Pablo's going to
So
win
John
though.
Kramer is still gonna be up there, isn't he? Yeah.
Yep. So I guess it makes sense for me to say myself. Pablo saves himself. Kyle. Who's Kyle going to replace with? That's a big question.
Um. Maybe Lorraine. I don't know. I have no idea who she'd pick. That Isaac.
Okay.
Hmm. Me personally, I'm hoping it's Isaac that gets the vote because I fucking want to see John Kramer destroy later. But I think both of these are both really good.
Alright, so our house events. Kirsty attempts to blame and call out Casey for certain actions in the house and how Casey deserves to leave. Wow. Wendy and John bond.
That's good for John.
That's interesting. Yeah. Roy invents a new game. The house is thrilled to have something to do. And a banner flies over the backyard reading, Isaac is not to be trusted. I think that will play a factor in.
Definitely. Because if John and Wendy are just together and the banner is not made by one of them, people are like, okay, somebody else is putting that up. So, you know, someone
Yeah.
knows something.
Alright. They wait to face eviction. John says he's a less challenged threat, and Isaac gives a short speech to get to the voting.
Okay.
Here we go. Art the clown votes John. Art doesn't know what to do, and he throws a vote.
That sounds right.
Uh, Baby also picks John. Baby has identical relationship with both nominees and throws a vote.
Poor John.
Casey votes to evict Isaac. Same thing.
Okay.
Finney has a better relationship with Isaac.
Yeah. Finney doesn't like John.
Grandpa votes John. That's interesting.
Yeah, you'd think those
His
two would
rebel-
get together.
Right. Kirsty votes to evict Isaac. Lorraine votes to evict Isaac.
Yeah.
Pablo votes to evict Isaac. Patrick votes to evict John. Roy votes to evict Isaac. Sally votes to evict
Who
John.
would Turkey vote? Isaac? Okay.
Isaac. He is
And
considered
when-
a greater overall threat.
And Wendy votes Isaac because she bonded with John, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might do it. Yeah,
Wow.
him bonding with Wendy got him that.
So, Isaac, you've been evicted of the Big Brother house.
Wow.
Isaac walks calmly out.
Dude, John played that
There we
smart
have
bonding
that.
with Wendy.
Yeah.
Sorry, Isaac, it had to be one of us. And you clearly, you know.
So far, we have a pretty decent spread of wins. Roy's the only person to win two different things.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on, don't let Turkey fucking lose.
Going to the alliances.
Okay. That's some pretty good strength.
Yeah, so we got sevens, we got eights. What's going on down in the
I think that Lorraine and
sixes?
Turkey are in the best spots.
Oh, Lorraine and Turkey are gone.
Fuck yeah, dude. Even though I chose both of them, I don't want them working together. I don't want anyone working with Turkey. The only one I would, accept is maybe fucking Art.
Yeah. So the Big Brother graduation. The house guests hang from a rope and are swung around in a circle. If a house guest falls, they are eliminated. The last house guest standing will become the new head of house.
Yeah, Pablo didn't win
Oh.
this.
He finished last. He tried to throw the challenge.
Oh, wait, he threw? Okay.
Wendy threw the challenge as well.
Wait, why would they throw when they were both at the bottom at 2 votes?
Oh no.
That's weird.
Baby, followed by Kirsty, Patrick, Finney, Casey, Art, Lorraine, John, and Roy, which makes the top three.
I fucking hate this top 3.
Grandpa, Turkey, and Sally.
I think it's Grandpa because all he does is just sit, right? If
Yeah.
Grandpa were to win a challenge, this would fucking be it. God damn it.
He's not going to this time.
If Turkey
The winner
wins this,
is-
I swear. He's a fucking
The winner is
turkey.
Turkey. He's acquainted with flying around being a turkey.
Good. I'm about to rip strands of hair out.
All
my
right.
head.
The nominees or the safe keys are Wendy, Sally,
Just choose all the women.
Roy, Art, Kyle, Patrick, John, Casey, Finney, Lorraine, Kirsty, and Grandpa. The two nominees are Pablo and Baby. So he tells Pablo that he does not like him at all and that he dislikes Baby.
He shouldn't have thrown
Pablo
the challenge.
is not pleased, and Baby is very upset. So this is the second time both of them have been put up for nomination again.
Right.
Turkey draws house guest choice and chooses Patrick.
Patrick
That's
is going like
I love that.
crazy, man.
I
You
love
lo-
that pairing though.
I mean, yeah, they would definitely work well together.
Oh, once
It's like
again,
when it came to
Pablo
murdering.
gets Lorraine,
Oh,
and Baby gets Kyle. Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
The house gets entered the backyard to see how many pinatas they must To see many pinatas, they must break open the pinatas, which are filled with spoiled mayonnaise. To find letters, they must use to spell a word. The house guest that spells the longest word wins the golden power of veto.
Here's the thing: Pablo is Spanish. He's Mexican. I don't know if this is culturally and culturally. I don't know if this is insensitive, but like in the show, he is like very, very, in tune with his culture, if I remember correctly. And pinatas
Mm-hmm.
are a big thing, for like celebrations and whatnot. So, do you think, based off of that, you know, he'd be great at the very first part with breaking them open? So, I think he would get a lead in that. As for the puzzle to spell the word, I don't know how well he'd be at that.
Yeah. So, as we see, Baby and Patrick both finish last.
Never mind.
Pablo also finishes in fourth, and it comes down to Lorraine, Turkey, and Kyle.
Turkey is built like a pinata. How the fuck? Thank
Turkey finishes
God.
in third, and the winner is Lorraine.
She better save Pablo.
That's the real question: is she going to save Pablo?
I would.
All right, they both give a short speech to get to the decision. Lorraine decides to not use the power of veto. She says she likes them both, but has to do what's best for her game.
They're both angry to speak.
She has decent relationships with both, and are not enough to save them. They are both too angry to speak.
I mean, yeah, I would be fucking
Weren't
pissed.
they? Aren't they in an alliance?
Yes,
Am I crazy?
I think she's aligned with both of them though, so that could be.
Yeah. Let's still save
But
one so you guys can vote the
yeah,
other.
so save one that's part of your alliance and put someone that isn't in there, or like hope Turkey does.
So the final nominees for this round are Pablo and Baby.
Actually, wait, couldn't Turkey just put Lorraine in?
I don't think they can put the power veto winner in there.
Okay,
I don't remember fully if that's a thing.
okay,
So Casey invents a new game. They have something new to do. Banner reads over the backyard. Lorraine is
yeah,
not to be trusted.
yeah.
Fair. Due to mental stress, Roy isolates himself from the rest of the house.
Oh yeah, because his
Pablo
alliance is
holds a
crumbling.
healthy, yeah. Pablo holds a house meeting to apologize for his behavior in the house. It was well received. Pablo's really trying to mark his way into like
Oh wait,
stay.
Kirsty doesn't is like trying to blame. Wasn't she trying to blame Firefly for something earlier? Was she doing that someone else?
I think it was somebody else,
Okay, I
but
can't remember.
maybe they have worked it out and now
Oh,
they're
it
just
wasn't it.
like,
Oh, it was Casey, wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, I remember it was another. I think it was a blonde girl. So I think
yeah.
those are the only two.
So they both face eviction and they give a casual speech. The house gets vote. Art considers Pablo a greater threat. Casey votes
Yeah,
Pablo.
Pablo is a bigger threat. He's one more. Got
Penny
closer.
votes Pablo. Grandpa votes Baby.
Sorry.
John votes Baby. He has an unbreakable relationship with Pablo,
Right.
even though they don't have lines anymore. Kirsty votes Pablo. Kyle votes Pablo. Lorraine votes a Baby. She's in alliance with both, but they get stronger alliance with Pablo.
Then why didn't you save Pablo?
Patrick votes a Baby. Roy votes Pablo. He doesn't know what to do and throws the vote.
Yeah.
Sally votes Pablo, and Wendy votes Pablo. I think we know where
Pablo.
this is going
Yeah.
by a vote of.
It's like 10-3 or something like
Come on.
that. If the website wants to load. Yeah. If it's not Pablo, then we are just dumb. Maybe click it again. Never mind. Okay, there we
Okay,
go.
there it goes. 8-4.
There. I was close. I said.
Pablo.
Yeah.
He leaves the house in good spirits, so that's
Yeah.
good. He's not
He's a
too
good
upset
sport.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Pablo definitely deserved to go further,
Oh, for
but it
sure.
does suck that he had to go. Right. Going into week 5, we got going on here.
How's okay?
So we have a new alliance forming with Art the Clown, Casey Becker, and Patrick Bateman. I think it's an unlikely alliance.
There, I mean, I can see Patrick being into Casey, but where the fuck does Art
Yeah.
come in? Like,
He's just that weird guy that's gonna just like come follow Casey around like he did in the first Terrifier.
just constantly putting a clown horn up to her.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe he just makes Casey and Patrick laugh. You know, let's go with that. He's a fucking clown. He's a goofy little guy.
And Art's in a good place right now. He is in 2 alliances and he's aligned with up to 6 people in the house. That's
That's
really good.
really good for Art.
So,
Lorraine's not in a great spot though.
head of
Fucking
house.
John.
The house guests stand on a long, rotating log holding onto a bull's head attached to a rope. If they fall or let go, they are eliminated and the bull will swing down and smash their china-filled china cabinet. The last house guest standing will be the head of house. In addition, the first 3 house guests to fall can open a box. Oh.
Oh, Kirsty's gonna throw that. She doesn't want to open a box again. The box.
So John, Roy, and
Yep, like I
Kirsty.
said. You opened it.
So we'll find out what they were opening in a little bit, I guess. We got Casey, which
Matches the
sucks
lemon
that she went out
configuration.
4th. Patrick, Grandpa, Baby, Kyle, Lorraine, and Art. So it comes down to Wendy, Finney, and Sally. So it's been a minute since Finney's been wanting to win something.
I mean, yeah. I honestly could see any of them winning this though.
Wendy comes in 3rd, and the winner is Finney. So
Oh,
this is the
that's a
first
target
time
on his back.
someone has been head of house twice.
Mm-hmm.
His keys for nomination save Patrick, Lorraine, Sally, Kirsty, Dawn,
Not
Casey,
turkey. Not turkey.
Kyle,
Fuck.
Turkey, Roy, Wendy.
I hate how he's moving
And
so far.
Art. The nominees are Baby and Grandpa.
Didn't he nominate those 2 before as well? I think yeah,
Think
the
so?
first it was the first
Then
one.
someone
Yeah.
was saved.
Yeah, Grandpa won and Baby was up against Demogorgon.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Baby's upset and Grandpa has no affection.
Again.
Alright, for Power Veto, Finney draws House Guest Choice and selects Patrick to participate.
Bro, these people gotta stop
Yeah,
choosing
they-
Patrick. He's been getting like 5th constantly in these.
Baby draws John. And Grandpa draws Lorraine.
Well, unless Finney wins, then Grandpa is gonna win because Lorraine is good.
Alright, communication breakdown. The guests enter the backyard to see wooden telephone poles. Each house guest must correctly connect wires of different lengths to various telephone poles. First house guest to do so wins. As per usual, Baby does not do well.
Hear me out. Finney is from the Black Phone. Like,
He knows everything about phones and wires.
he's got to. He was trapped in a room with a black phone that was haunted by the spirits of other dead kids. Like, he's got to know how to work a freaking phone.
Alright, so the competition comes down to Finney, Patrick, and Lorraine. Coming in 3rd, Finney,
Okay, top three
and the
still
winner
good.
is
Never mind.
Patrick.
Fucking, I wasn't expecting Patrick. Patrick's been doing dog ass for the most part.
Alright. So they give say why they should stay. Baby makes a joke for his speech, and then Grandpa congratulates Patrick on winning Power
That's good from Grandpa, because Patrick, you can literally kiss his ass. And,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see if it works, though.
Oh, it does not work.
It was a good idea,
Uh,
though.
Patrick uses it on Baby. He gets along pretty well with Baby. Baby is thankful to Patrick. Grandpa wishes Patrick decided differently.
Yeah.
Finney now decides to replace with oh
No.
Lorraine. But Lorraine doesn't look too upset since I guess they don't get along.
Oh no. Dude. Something that's
Sally wins a new game. While having conversation, Sally makes an inappropriate comment.
it makes sense. She's of older age.
Yeah, Lorraine attempts to blame and call out Art for certain actions in the house and how Art deserves to leave. And then Grandpa and Baby have a heated argument, probably about the veto ceremony.
Yeah. Mm. I really hope it's Grandpa, not Lorraine.
Lorraine gives a short speech, and then Grandpa gives a long one.
Yeah, it
House
says.
guest vote.
Yeah, Grandpa's speech is just.
Art votes to evict Lorraine.
Yeah.
Baby votes Grandpa. Casey votes Lorraine, considering her a greater challenge threat. John votes Lorraine. First, he votes Lorraine.
Man,
Kyle
fuck.
votes Lorraine.
Lorraine's
Patrick votes
out. You can
Lorraine.
just proceed.
Roy votes Grandpa. Sally votes Lorraine. Turkey votes Grandpa. And Wendy votes Lorraine.
That's
8-3.
stupid.
Lorraine,
No.
you're evicted. He
It's
leaves in
because
good spirit.
it's because Grandpa just doesn't fucking do anything, so he's not a threat.
Yeah, that's how it kind of goes.
His only win was because he was just sitting down with a TV remote.
uh, all right. Week 6, our alliances are as follows: we got Art, Kyle, Roy, Sally, and Turkey, and then we got Art, Casey, and Patrick.
Okay, good.
I have a secret. Each house guest has a mirror image standing next to the platform. While standing on the platform, each house guest must hold one hand over the button on their identical counterpart's mouth. If they release the button, they'll be eliminated from the competition. The last one remaining will become the new head of house. I don't know how Grandpa went last.
Standing.
Like, that's it, yeah. So we got Grandpa, Turkey, John, Casey, Baby, Kirsty, Wendy, Roy, Sally. It comes down to Kyle, Art, and Patrick.
Okay.
Which is good for them because they're all in
Oh
some
yeah,
sort
it's
of
true.
alliance.
I mean, Patrick and Art are in an alliance together, and
Yeah.
Art and Kyle are in an alliance together. So if
So
Art
Kyle
wins, it
finishes
looks
third,
so good
and
for.
the
Oh,
winner. Ooh, Patrick.
okay. This is gonna be interesting.
All right, so Patrick saves Wendy, Sally, Kirsty, Baby, Turkey,
Fuck.
Benny, Art, Casey, Grandpa,
No.
and Kyle. The nominees are Roy and John.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, Roy, we dislike each other, so it's logical to put you on the block. Also, John makes sense to nominate you since we don't get along. Roy is very upset, and John, again, no reaction.
I mean, look at Roy. He looks upset.
And look at John, he looks like he has no reaction.
He's like, I don't fucking care. I'm just
In the power of veto, Patrick draws Baby, Roy draws Finney, and John draws Wendy.
Oh, Wendy fucking throws it.
The Garden of Veto. The house guests enter the backyard, see 6 trails of dirt. The house guests must lie in them for no more than an hour. The house guest that leaves their trail closest to the 1 hour mark wins the golden power of veto. Yeah, I don't see Baby wanting to lay in basically like a coffin.
Yeah, no. She definitely seems claustrophobic.
And neither do I see that with Patrick.
No, he thinks he's too good for that.
Roy finishes in 4th, and comes down to Wendy, John, and Finney.
John might win this, actually. Never mind.
Ooh. The winner is Wendy.
I thought she wouldn't. Okay, never mind.
But she's been through a lot.
Alright.
Alright, they give a long speech and make a joke. Wendy does not use it. She says she likes John, but I like to see Roy leave, and will keep nominations the same to accomplish that.
Okay. I like
So
you,
she,
John,
Wendy,
but I'm not gonna save you.
So I think Wendy sees that more people in the house are probably gonna vote for Roy over John.
Because he is a challenge threat and he did isolate himself.
So guess we'll see if she's right.
I'm just, yeah. Yeah, nice tits, bitch. That's definitely what he said.
Baby opens up to Kyle by sharing a personal story. Vinny makes an effort to improve relationships in the house.
Or he said something like,
Turkey
"This
and
turkey's
Baby,
going to do the stuffing this time, bitch." Like,
yeah. Turkey and Baby bond extremely well, and then Casey and Kirsty have a heated argument,
yeah, those two aren't getting along.
probably over the phone.
Maybe.
Alright, the house gets her voting. Art votes Roy.
Oh, votes his
Baby votes
alliance member.
Roy. Casey votes
Is
Roy.
it unanimous? No.
Nope. Finney votes John. Grandpa votes Roy.
Old folks stick together.
Percy votes John. Kyle votes John. Sally votes John. Turkey votes Roy. And Wendy votes Roy.
So it's just Roy.
6-4. Roy. He says a quick goodbye and leaves.
Yeah, he's definitely someone who would just be really quick about it.
Yeah. So here we have, how many people we have left? We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Any surprises so far
Turkey making it
of
so far.
eliminations?
And I definitely seeing Lorraine go so early.
Yeah,
That one was a
that
big
was a
shock.
big.
Lorraine and Pablo fucking going so early is shocking. Roy, I mean, it is shocking, but it's more. I can see it more than Pablo and Lorraine.
So yeah, Roy is technically the first head of house to be eliminated as well. No one else who has been eliminated has
True.
won the head of house.
Yeah. Notice everyone except for Demo has one that has been eliminated.
Yeah, Demo and Zoe.
Oh yeah, I forgot Zoe. Like in the bottom right.
Yeah. All right. We got alliance. We got a new alliance. We got Baby Firefly, Casey, Finney, Kyle, Patrick, and Sally.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, so Patrick, Kyle, Art, and Sally, are those the only ones part of multiple? No, Casey too.
Yes.
Casey too.
Casey, yeah, Casey, Kyle, Patrick, Sally.
So Casey and Patrick
Sally
are in
and
two
Kyle,
alliances together.
and Patrick and Casey. Yeah, and so was Kyle and Sally.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're both also aligned with Art the Clown.
Mm. Okay. I'm shocked they don't drag Art in there then.
Yeah. Each house guest stands at buzzers across from a giant pit of packing pits. What the fuck is that? Julie Chen asked the question with the answer being the names of two different house guests. The first house guest will retrieve two letters with the names of the correct house guests on them becomes a new head of house. So we got Casey finishing last, Baby, John, Wendy, Kirsty, Turkey, Grandpa, Kyle. So it comes down to Finney, Art, and Sally, who are all in some sort of alliance.
Yeah.
Art comes into third,
Good for
and the
Sally.
new head of house is Sally. That would have been Finney's third time winning if he
Right.
did.
He is a big challenge threat. But she's not gonna probably announce him because they're in alliance, right?
Well, yeah, she shouldn't because she's in the big alliance, and then also the one with Art.
Right.
So we got Kyle, Art, Baby, Casey, Patrick, Wendy, Turkey,
My fucking god.
Finney, and Grandpa.
How the fuck are those two safe still?
So she nominates Sally, nominates Kirsty, and John.
I think Kirsty gets out here, and I'll tell you why. Because Kirsty has been arguing with Casey, and Casey's part of the big alliance.
Yeah.
So I think Casey can say, hey, we can't work with Kirsty. She's unworkable. She can twist it around. So I think that Kirsty gets the most votes, but I do think John gets voted out, or not voted out, but like, gets votes from other people that aren't part of that big group.
Well, we'll have to
That's my
see
prediction.
if they win a power veto. That's another
Yeah.
wrench that could throw into the whole
Yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So we got Sally drawing Casey.
Oh, Casey's gonna try so hard.
We got Kirsty drawing Turkey. And we got John who draws Finny.
Oh, okay, but Finney doesn't like John.
Yeah, so I feel like only if Casey.
Yeah, I feel like if
Well,
Casey or Sally wins, it's good.
the house gets to stand in front of a large mobile. They'll hang various planets on the mobile in an effort to balance them. The first house gets to balance all their planets win. Sally tried to throw the challenge. He does not want to make a decision or a win.
Mm-mm.
John finishes fifth. Finny finishes fourth. So it comes down to Turkey, Casey, and Kirsty.
Mmm.
Casey comes in third, and
She saves
Kirsty
herself.
wins the power of veto. They're
She's
gonna really shake it up.
she's gonna save herself, man.
Yep, so she saves herself, and Sally must now rename a replacement. Oh, she chooses Grandpa.
Thank fuck.
She likes you, but she doesn't. We don't talk game. I don't think we talk at all.
Yeah. We don't talk anymore. Yeah, he doesn't. This man
All
can
right.
barely move. Right.
So John and Grandpa bond extremely well while facing eviction.
I mean, yeah,
John
it's
holds a
equal
house meeting
parts.
to apologize for his behavior. And then Wendy tells a heartfelt story about why she needs the money.
No,
Okay. Oh,
they don't care. They
nothing,
don't
nothing.
care. There are villains in there that don't give two fucks. they do. Some of them do not care. Like I.
So Grandpa says he's more loyal, and then John makes a joke.
Mm.
All right, Art votes Grandpa.
Doesn't Art hate old people too? I think he does. I don't
Baby
know how
votes
true that is.
Grandpa.
Yeah. Oh yeah, baby hates
Casey
grandpa.
votes Grandpa. Then he picks Grandpa. Kirsty votes John. Kyle votes John. Patrick votes Grandpa. Turkey votes John.
Fuck you,
And
turkey.
Wendy votes John. By 5-4. Grandpa, you have been evicted from the Big Brother house. He wishes everyone good luck and leaves the house.
Lasted too fucking long, man. He really did. Like I like Grandpa Sawyer in the movie, I do, but no way is he making it that far. Other than people being like, he's not gonna win anything. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Alright, our alliances. We still got everything going on. We got alliance dissolving. Art, Kyle, Sally, and Turkey are no longer.
Yeah, fuck you, turkey.
The big opportunity. The guests enter the Easter themed backyard. With their feet tied together, they must maneuver an Easter egg through chicken wire to get it out. They must then hop it over to the other side and place it down. The first house guest to collect 12 eggs becomes the new head of house. In addition, the house guests who collect the least amount of eggs will wear a chicken suit for the rest of the week.
Okay.
So I was thinking Casey has to wear the chicken suit. Wendy
Kirsty loves
also
that.
tried to throw.
Wendy wanted to wear it.
Finny, followed by Baby, John, Art, Turkey. Even though he tried to throw the challenge, he came in fourth.
Yeah, okay, sure. You tried to throw a bitch. You just gave up.
Coming in third place is Patrick, and the winner, Kirsty Cotton.
If she doesn't
She's gonna
nominate
get
Casey,
some revenge.
yeah, she's gonna nominate Casey and Sally, probably, right?
I'd assume, yeah. Kyle is safe. Art is safe. Turkey's safe. Wendy's safe. John's safe. Patrick is safe. Baby is safe, and Finny.
Yeah, that was
Yep,
right.
there's Casey and Sally.
Yep.
Alright, in Power Veto, Kirsty draws Baby. Casey draws John, and Sally gets house guest choice and chooses Wendy.
Okay.
I think, yeah,
Let's see
if
what this
Wendy
challenge
wins,
is.
they could.
Yeah.
Pool Sharks. The house guests will play a game of pool with large balls representing the players participating in the competition. One at a time, they will take turns to knock their opponent's ball into a swimming pool, eliminating them from the game. The last house guest remaining wins.
Why is
So
John
John
doing so
finishes
bad?
last.
I would expect John to
Casey
be good
finished.
at pool.
Yes.
But...
Yeah, but playing his own games, Wendy finishes in fourth, so it comes down to Baby, Sally, and Kirsty.
Better hope Kirsty doesn't win.
That's right.
Mm.
Kirsty comes in third, and the winner is Sally.
She is pumped.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I see Sally being really good at pool.
Yeah. So she saves herself, and Kirsty will name a replacement, and it
Yes!
is Turkey.
Get the flying fuck out of here!
So she says, Turkey, I don't like you at all. Turkey gives a sigh and sits in the replacement chair.
Huh. You still have nice tits, though, bitch.
Baby tells a heartfelt story about why she needs the money. Turkey again makes another inappropriate comment.
Accidentally, yeah.
Kirsty
Okay.
flips the mattress on the bed of Turkey. Wendy attempts to blame and call out Baby for certain actions in the house and how Baby deserves to leave. And then Casey and Kirsty bond slightly.
Oh.
Good for them.
Guarantee you, Casey's just kissing her ass.
Okay, so Casey is a little more loyal, she says, and then Turkey makes a joke.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Please get
Art
him
the
out.
Clown
Yes,
votes
I loved you,
Turkey.
Art. I knew I loved you.
Baby, Turkey.
Okay, you're not that annoying, baby.
Penny, Turkey.
I knew I loved the black phone.
Gajon, Turkey. Kyle, Turkey. Patrick, Turkey.
It's like a unanimous.
Sally, Turkey.
Yeah. I'm glad
Wendy, Turkey.
Turkey gets unanimously voted out. Fuck yeah, dude.
Our first unanimous 8-0 vote.
And the most deserved
Turkey.
one.
He gives an explosive speech and storms out of the house.
You guys didn't even have nice tits in the first place.
All right. So we still have nobody winning head of house more than
Why does
once
it say-
besides Finny.
Wait, Turkey won head of house when?
I think it was like week 6.
Oh, I don't remember it.
Yeah, you
Oh
usually
yeah, I
block out
do.
the
He was
thing
on the he was on the swing. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it was. I remember. I just needed to think about it. I was like, I don't remember that. All right.
All right, our alliances. We have a new alliance. Baby, Casey, John, Patrick, and Sally
Dude,
starting the
Frickin'
alliance.
Casey and Patrick. They're
Yeah,
dominating.
they're in every alliance.
Oh yeah, they are.
And they got
Sally
Sally
and
doubling up,
Baby.
Baby doubling up. Alright, living on the edge, the house guests are mounted on the ledge of a building that will gradually lean inwards. The last house guest standing on the ledge becomes new head of house. Art comes in last, followed by Casey, Patrick, Finny, John, and Sally. Comes down to Wendy, Kyle, and Baby.
I think Kyle could win.
Yeah. I feel like it's a good time for her to get another win.
It's either yeah, I was about to say it's Kyle or Baby. Yeah, I was about to say Wendy might not win. Yeah.
And it's Kyle coming in with
Okay.
another head of house.
Love that for you, girly.
For the keys, she's deciding to save Art, Sally, Finny, Casey, Patrick, Baby, and Kirsty, which she
So that's
nominates
John.
Wendy and John. Yeah.
Okay. John again, no
Yeah, Wendy
reaction.
really needed to win that challenge.
Oh yeah, she did.
Kyle draws Casey to participate in the head power veto. Wendy draws
Ooh.
Finney, and John gets house as choice and selects Sally.
Okay. I see you, John.
So we'll
You
see if
trying to
Sally can
smash?
win. I'm not about veto. The house guests are tied to a long tangled rope. The first house guest to untangle the rope and reach their podium on the other side wins.
I feel like John would be good at this.
Let's see. Wendy finishes last, followed by
No.
Casey and
Okay.
John. So it comes down to Kyle, Finney, and Sally.
Mm.
Sally comes in third, so no soup for you, John.
Kyle wins
And it looks like
again.
Kyle.
Dude, after Survivor, she's not playing around anymore.
No, she was like, no, I didn't deserve to be eliminated.
Well, yeah, I deserve to make it further. I did not deserve to be on the outs in Survivor. I'll show you why.
Kyle's decision is not to use it.
I won't
she
be
is
upset
making
to
a
see either of you leave.
Wendy's too angry to speak, and John's unfazed.
I mean,
I think
Wendy
John
isn't in
has like a pretty good relationship with everybody, though.
Yeah, Wendy isn't in any alliance. I think.
No.
Yeah, is Wendy like? Is she with anyone? Like,
No.
does she have bonds with anyone at least? Other than
Doesn't
John,
seem
she has
like
one
it.
with John, but that doesn't matter because one of them's going. So
Yeah.
their bond together doesn't matter because one of them is fucked either way. So I don't know.
Baby and
Mm.
Finney have a heated argument.
That doesn't
which
shock
is
me because
interesting.
Finney hasn't liked Baby since the start.
Yeah. Things really getting to him too. He's like he's been sitting in a house with her for 9 weeks.
And Sally started a new game in the house. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah. Like, okay, Sally. But the clown votes for Wendy.
Okay.
Baby chooses Wendy. Casey votes
Another
Wendy.
unanimous.
Finney votes Wendy. Kirsty votes Wendy. That's why John was in phase. He knew he wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Patrick votes Wendy, and Sally votes
I didn't think it would be
Wendy.
unanimous though, but yeah,
A
7-0.
our second unanimous vote.
Hey, at least he made it further than Turkey.
She says a quick goodbye and leaves.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. We have
all really good characters too.
7, 8, 9 people left. So between these, I mean, who are like your top 3 that you think are gonna make it to the end?
Honestly, Patrick has been really going under the radar. So I think Patrick.
Yeah, his alliance is really strong with like everybody.
Yeah, I feel like Patrick, Casey maybe, and Kyle. I think those 3 are doing really good. But then again, Kyle could be seen as a threat because she's won 3 times. So maybe not Kyle. Maybe Sally? I don't know.
So yeah, do you see the people who don't have wins yet, like Art, Baby, Casey, John, being like notable to just leave next? Do you think that plays a big factor into whether or not they make it?
But because they're not threats, they're not winning anything. You know, like in terms of like challenges, they're not threats, so they don't have to worry about that. And all of them are in an alliance together. Kirsty, however you say it, she's not in an alliance with anyone. So I think she's next.
So yeah, she could definitely be next.
Unless she wins, HOH, she's not gonna stay much longer, I feel.
Yeah, but even if she does win a HOH, the next week after that, she can't win it again.
But she can still win POV.
She could still win the power veto, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, that's something that she needs to do then. Let's find out.
Plus, she's good at challenges, so.
So you have Art, Casey, and Patrick's alliance dissolved. So now Art is in the outs.
Yeah, okay. This changes things now. Art was in a good position. He was in 2 alliances before anyone else,
Yeah,
and now
both of
he's in
them
none.
resolved now.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
All
Now,
right, let's find out what the head of house competition is. So, the guests are given an event that occurred during the season. They must roll a ball down a ramp and land it in the numbered slot corresponding to the day number that the given event occurred. They earn 1 point for every day they are off. Our penalty point every day they're off, and the house gets with the least penalty points becomes the new head of house. So we got Patrick, Baby, Art, Casey, and John finishing fourth through what
I
was that, eighth?
yeah, or seventh, I think. Was that is there seven? No, eighth. Okay.
Seventh. Oh, eighth. Yeah, because it says last. That's
Yeah,
all.
I see Sally being good at that because she did good with pool, so she knows how to work like those kind of balls, right?
I see Kirsty. Yeah,
Yeah. If
I'm
Finney's
not
a
sure
fucking
how
kid.
well. I mean, he could be good with remembering things.
Yeah. I mean, oh, I'd say he's actually pretty good at remembering things because in the movie he had to remember like the steps and shit.
Yeah. All right, coming in third, we have Sally, and the winner is
Oh, that's really good for her.
Kirsty. Yeah, that puts her in a good spot to put some strong people up for elimination.
She can't put up Art though. Art's on the outs. If she does that, Art's just fucked.
All right, so we got Patrick safe,
Oh, it's gonna be
Sally is
Art.
safe,
No, if you're not. Oh,
Art is safe, John is safe,
so Finney.
Kyle is safe, and babies. Yeah, we got Casey and Finney.
Yeah.
Casey's they don't like the two of them, and then Finney, yeah, it makes sense to nominate you since we don't get along.
Right.
Casey's a little upset, but Finney has no reaction. So it'd be huge to see Finney go, because this is the first time he's been up for nomination.
Right.
He has done pretty well.
He's done really well.
I'll be
Like
curious to
he got
see if
second place
an
in that.
alliance,
Yeah.
yeah, if an alliance member maybe can save him. I didn't know Case is also in an alliance with him too.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's gonna do the same thing again, just like, oh, I can't save either of you.
Well, yeah,
All right, so Case, our first draws drawn.
unless Kirsty wins, then I think Art's gonna be swapped.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, but we'll see, I guess. Casey gets house guest choice and selects Sally, and then Finney gets Kyle.
Makes sense. 2 kids.
All right, so we got Laser Labyrinth. We got 3 rows of photos of their fellow housemates. The house guests must make it from one to the end of the yard to the other, stepping only on the faces of their former housemates in the order in which they were evicted. You must also carefully avoid many lasers that are shooting across the yard. Touching a laser will acquire the house guest a penalty. Player completes the puzzle, the fastest will win.
Okay. Yeah.
So we got John coming in last, Finney fifth, and Sally fourth. So it comes down to Kyle, Casey, and Kirsty. I feel like Kyle will be doing pretty well at this.
Yeah, I kind of want Kirsty to win because it spice things up.
That's true. Coming in third though is Casey,
If Kyle wins, she's a
and
big
the
threat.
winner is Kyle.
That's what her fourth win.
Kyle tried to throw the challenge, but still won.
Why would she want to throw it?
She didn't want to make the decision because it's between 2 alliance members.
But just throw in Art. You're not aligned with him, and everyone can vote Art.
Well, Kyle doesn't get to choose.
Oh yeah.
It's the head of house gets to choose a replacement.
Fuck. That's right. Kirsty better not choose Art then.
All right.
Who do we?
So Casey and Finney
Yeah.
super moved. What's up?
Who do we think it's gonna be?
If they decide to save them,
Yeah.
if I feel like it'll maybe end up being someone like Patrick could end up getting thrown into the bottom,
Could be. I have no
or
idea
I
who
mean,
she would choose.
maybe
Sally?
maybe Sally. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Kyle does not use the power veto. She likes Finney. Likes to see Casey leave. We'll keep nominations the same to accomplish that. All right. Well, I guess Kyle feels that Vinny is fine regardless.
Okay.
So Patrick tells a heartfelt story about why he needs money.
Yeah, there is none.
Casey and John Bond. I guess Casey's trying to get some votes before she
Yeah.
has to go up against eviction. Abandon flies up in the backyard, reading Patrick's not to be trusted.
I wonder who put that. Because it
So
won't
they face
say
eviction.
most likely.
Yeah. All right, we got 6 votes. Here we go. Art the Clown votes Finny.
He hates kids.
Baby also votes Finny.
Makes sense.
John votes Finny. So yeah, right here we're gonna need to have 3 for a tie.
Yeah.
Kyle
Kyle's
probably voted the
voting.
other way, right?
Oh!
Wow, she lied.
Oh!
So yeah, is this a unanimous decision then?
I mean, Finny is a challenge beast, though, man. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. His
I did not see another
That's
unanimous
first time he was
decision.
up.
Yeah, wow.
That's wild. Wow. Okay.
All right. Well, let's see what happens next in the alliance category.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is the same alliance, just done twice. No, literally, just switches Kyle out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alright, checkmate. The house gets enter a backyard with the 2 podiums buzzers each round. I'll ask a question and answer with the name of an affected house guest. The house guest will face off. Winning one will move them on to the next two to face off, while the losing one is eliminated.
Okay.
So we got Patrick, Art, Baby, and John finishing from 4th to 7th. And it comes down to Kyle, Casey, and Sally.
I don't know who wins this. Maybe Kyle, because she's just a
Yep,
fucking beast.
I mean, yeah. So we got Casey coming in 3rd, and the winner.
Sally,
Oh,
okay. Do you think she nominates Kyle?
I don't know, because I mean, technically they're in an alliance.
If I'm her, I nominate Kirsty and Art.
Probably Art would be in there, I'd assume. So we got John safe, Casey is safe, Kyle is safe, Baby and Patrick.
That's right. Because
Christina,
they're on the
yeah.
out.
Art being very upset.
He just puts on his sad face.
Right. Sally draws John.
No,
Kirsty draws Patrick. I don't think anyone that Kirsty would draw would benefit her.
no.
And then Art draws Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle. Nobody is gonna help them, right?
Now, the house guests must collect 7 green ping pong balls from hundreds of balls that rain down on them and put them inside of their individual tubes. The house guests to do so first wins.
That sounds fun, honestly.
We got John. Yeah.
Somebody might get a
Patrick,
concussion.
And, Kyle.
Ooh, Sally has
We
to
got
win
Sally,
this.
Art. Sally comes in 3rd. The winner is
Oh.
Kirsty.
So Art's going home.
Dang.
Man.
So she uses it on herself. Sally replaces her with Baby. Ooh, not Baby yelling at Sally.
Oh, wait, that could backfire. Wait. Hold.
We got Baby and Art as the nominees. Baby earns extra money from this week's budget and a task. Kyle makes the inappropriate comments.
It doesn't sound like Kyle, to be honest.
Sally makes another new game.
If you get it, Sally, you're old.
Art doesn't bother to give a speech while Baby gives a casual
Yeah,
speech.
because he can't give a speech.
Lore accurate. Casey,
Yeah.
vote to evict Art.
It sucks, but
John,
this is Art the
Art.
Clown.
Kirsty, Art.
Yeah.
Kyle, Art. And another unanimous vote, Art the Clown.
That sucks,
5
man.
to 0.
Explosive speech. Yeah, okay.
Just very mimey like. Alright, only a few weeks
He just
left.
stomps
We
his
have
foot on the
Baby
ground.
yeah, Baby Firefly, we got Casey Becker, and John Kramer. The three of them have no wins. Well, we also have Kirsty Cotton, who has 2 of each, Kyle with 2 of each, Patrick Bateman with 1 of each, and then Sally with 2 ahead of house wins and a power of veto.
Has Kyle been nominated for veto?
Don't
I know Patrick
If
hasn't.
she has been nominated, it's been a while.
Because I'm everyone else but Patrick has then. Because I don't know if Kyle has. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know if Kyle has. If like I said, if she has, it was like week 2 to 4 or something.
Yeah. They gotta be smart and get rid of Kyle, right?
Oh,
Sally leaves Alliance
okay.
7. So, oh, she leaves the
Not
John
aligned
Kramer
with John.
Alliance. Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
think that's why she left? She just doesn't want to be with John anymore?
maybe.
It has to be. Otherwise, she would have left both, right?
And Sally cannot win head of house this week either.
That's right.
So the house guests will do um ask a question that America has answered. The house guest must raise either the left or right hand to answer the question. House guest takes a step forward on the course they are standing on with the correct answer they give. Patrick comes in last, Baby 5th, and John 4th. So it comes down to Kyle, Casey, and Kirsty.
Okay.
Kirsty comes in 3rd.
I Here's the thing. I don't know if Casey wins because she can't even get the Friday the 13th killer right on the phone call. I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
It comes down to Casey.
Mm. I mean, she nominates Kirsty.
The keys for nomination: Patrick is safe, Sally is safe, John is safe, and
That's
Baby's safe. So it
smart.
doesn't matter now.
That's
It's Kyle
smart.
and Casey.
She's playing it hard. She needs to get rid of Kyle.
All right, the power of veto. Casey gets house guest choice and selects Sally. Kirsty gets a Baby, and Kyle gets Patrick.
Okay, what's this challenge gonna be?
Memory chip. The house guests must search the various liquid-filled bowls for menu items. They must complete a menu board that is identical to an example menu board. The house guests with the most correct menu items will win.
I feel like Sally wouldn't do good.
So we got Baby, Patrick, and Kyle finishing 4th through 6th. Comes down to Sally, Kirsty, and Casey.
Is Kirsty gonna win again?
Casey comes in 3rd. Sally.
Do you think this is it for Kirsty, or do you think they blindside Kyle?
I feel like it might be the end for Kirsty. I don't know if all of them would be before blindsiding Kyle.
If you are a part of their alliance, do you personally want to take out Kirsty so it's just your alliance left, or are you going to blindside Kyle, who is an absolute challenge beast and who definitely has it, good on the jury?
I mean, that would definitely make sense. I mean, if you saw Kyle compete in Survivor and then come back again and is dominating, it would make sense that they would.
I think they should vote out Kyle. It'd be smarter.
Mm-hmm. So Sally does not use a power veto. Sally, I don't want her nominations to change. Sally doesn't want to see that unbreakable relationship go on the block.
Mm.
So the final nominees are Kirsty and Kyle. Kirsty earns extra money, and due to mental stress, she isolates herself from the rest of the house. So she definitely thinks she's going home.
Yeah. No, I think yeah. She knows if it's, yeah. It's
Alright,
either
we got
her or
4
it's a
votes.
blindside. Yeah.
Kirsty,
Oh,
Kyle,
John's thinking ahead, man.
Kyle,
Sally, do we think?
Kirsty. We got a tie, which means the head of house is probably gonna break it.
Oh, is that what that means?
Believe so, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Wait, so yeah, I was about to
There's a
say
tie.
it's Casey. She's gonna
as head of
choose
house.
Kirsty.
Yep.
She walks up.
Damn, that was so close. They were so close to getting rid of her.
They should. Now Kyle knows she has to put her game face on. She knows.
Yeah.
That was a major fumble.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm happy she's still here, to be honest. You know, because I fucking love Kyle.
Oh yeah,
but-
it makes it more exciting to have someone that you've kind of seen before go through it to go through it again.
Right. But then Kirsty had that underdog potential, you know? But
Yeah.
imagine
Chrissy
she
would've
just went
been
on.
another-
Yeah, if she went on a non-stop winning streak of like HOH, then POV, HOH, POV, you know? That kind of junk.
Mhm.
I feel like that would impress the jury.
Yeah. I forgot when the jury started, so I'm interested to see
think
who's
9?
on the jury. Yeah. So, next alliances, nothing changes. Our next challenge is the puck stops here. The house guest takes turns shooting a puck down a curved shuffleboard. At the end of the red shuffleboard is a blue zone and a large rubber band. The player who makes it the furthest into the blue section without going over a line separating the two become the new head of house. We got John and Kyle finishing last. So that's not looking good for Kyle right there.
Really not.
Especially if it's Patrick who gets this win. Sally comes in third.
Oh, baby!
Baby!
That's her first win.
I think for her that would have been a little fluke of a win. She happened to just get it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right, so
Wait,
she has
yeah.
3 keys.
I wonder who she puts
Cool.
up. This one's going to be
So
good.
last time she voted for
Last time she
did
voted for
she vote for?
Kirsty. She didn't vote for Kyle.
John is safe.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Sorry,
she
that was
didn't vote
loud.
Patrick.
Oh, she's going to put Patrick
Yo.
Bateman.
Wow. I apologize, Patrick. We've been working together, but this is a game decision. I'm really sorry, Casey. I respect your game, but I have to do what's best for mine. I mean, that is very smart for someone like Baby
Oh, yeah.
to pull, putting 2 heavy hitters, Patrick never being nominated until now, and Casey, who's been doing pretty well in challenges.
Right.
So everyone's left, so everyone's going to participate.
Okay.
Otev, the broken-hearted beaver. The house guests walk out to find a large, blubbering beaver at the top of a hill. They will climb up to sit in front of him, listen to his love poem, and run into the muddy field to find the love letter
What?
for the person his poem was about. The last house guest to return, each round is eliminated.
Okay.
So Baby gets eliminated, John and Sally. So it comes down to Casey, Patrick, and Kyle. I feel like Patrick is really probably pushing it
He's-
harder than he would normally.
Oh, yeah, he's determined.
But I'm sure Casey's or not Casey, but Kyle's pushing just as
Oh,
hard
yeah,
as well.
Kyle definitely would. Because John and Sally voted her before, and those two can vote.
We got Casey coming in third, and the winner, Patrick.
Ooh.
So we know what's going to happen. He's going to save himself.
Yeah.
So now Baby must name a replacement,
Not
and
Kyle.
that person is
John.
John.
Okay.
We've been working together, but this is the game decision. John does not mind.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's tired. He's like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. He just wants to go back to his traps, man.
The ego of Casey's rubbing the house the wrong way.
Mm.
And then Kyle earns some extra money.
Okay.
So the house guests will now vote. So we got 3 votes. Look out, Kyle, Patrick, and Sally. Starting with Kyle, she
Yeah,
votes.
I was about to say, she's going to vote Casey.
Patrick votes Casey,
Mm.
which leaves Sally. Oh, she votes John.
Yeah, I mean, she left
She's
that
in
one
the lead for
alliance
this
because
season.
John was in there.
Yeah.
So that made sense. So Casey's gone. 2-1. That's man.
She leaves the house uneventfully. So we're down to our top 5 of the season. Baby Firefly with 1 head of house win. John with nothing. Kyle with 2 of each. Patrick with 1 head of house and 2 power veto. And Sally Hardesty with 2 each.
Isn't it crazy that Baby was almost the first boot?
Yeah. I was remembering that. I was like, oh wow, she's come full circle from being first boot.
And John has been on the
So,
chopping block so much.
oh, he sure has, but also people like him, so it's just like everyone who doesn't like him puts him up for chopping block, but then he doesn't get any votes.
Yeah. I feel
Because
like
the majority of people like him.
yeah. He's also doesn't have any wins, you know?
No, and I don't think he would care about having these wins either.
Yeah, probably not. That's probably why he's
He's
getting
been
last, because he
usually
just doesn't fucking care.
early out, you know. Alright, for the alliances, nothing changes. Big Brother royalty, and the house guests will stand in front of their individual booths in the royally decorated backyard. Each round, they'll be asked questions about the royal titles given to various house guests by America. Wrong answer results in elimination. The last house guest remaining becomes the new head of house.
Okay.
So Sally finishes in last, which automatically puts these 3 up at the bottom, at the top,
Top 3.
Patrick
Do you think
finishes in third.
Do you think John wins his first challenge?
I could see it, but I could also see Kyle really pushing for it too.
Imagine John just finally wins one. Oh yeah, Kyle.
No.
Oh man.
All right, the 2 keys that she has. She
Sally?
saves the baby.
Is Sally gonna be one? No.
Yes.
Okay.
Sally is safe. Baby is safe.
I-
With
the
Patrick and John.
the men.
Kyle says you're the only 2 house guests I consider as options to nominate. My target is John, and you're just a pawn.
Oh, Patrick is not happy about hearing that. Let me tell you. Yeah, too angry to speak. He is fuming, sweat dripping off of his forehead right now, dude.
Oh yeah, he is getting into cycle mode.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the juggler. The house guest must roll 2 balls up 2 ramps that are 2 feet or that are a few feet apart. Either a ball, if a ball falls, they are eliminated. The house guest remaining in the competition will win. So John finishes last, followed by Baby. So this is really down to Patrick and Kyle.
Mm.
I don't think Sally really cares about winning this power veto because I don't think she would change anything.
Yeah, she probably
I don't think
wouldn't.
she would
Actually,
save. I don't think she would save Patrick to put Baby up
yeah, she wouldn't.
because she would want to eliminate John.
Right.
Coming in third,
Patrick.
Patrick. Ooh. The nominees are probably saying the
Kyle.
same. Kyle takes
Dude,
the win.
they should have gotten her out when they had the chance.
Okay, so she supports the nominations.
I think John gets voted, man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Kyle can't vote, so it's down between Baby and
Same for Mr. Kramer.
Baby and Sally. So yeah, Baby and Patrick bond extremely well.
Yeah. John.
John
Yeah.
and John.
It all came down what Baby was gonna vote. Dude, he made it a lot
Which is
further
like-
than I thought he would.
Yeah, he not like
He had a
killed
rocky
it, but not really
start.
killed it. Yeah.
Like when he had that start, I was like, he's not gonna make it so far. No, he did.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of surprises.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Like
round of 15.
Like turkey winning host. Fucking that pisses me off. Alright.
So we get the alliance between Baby Firefly and Patrick now dissolve. The top 4 are still in alliance.
How's that gonna fucking work?
All right, and then there were four. The house guest must answer a series of questions about the remaining four people in the house. The person or the answer to each question will be a number between 0 and 4. The house guest must, with the most points at the end of the competition, will become the new head of house. Obviously, Kyle cannot be head of house here,
Yeah.
so it comes down to Patrick, Baby, and Sally. Coming in third place is Baby,
If Patrick
and the
wins,
winner at this
Kyle's going up.
Sally.
Hmm. I don't know. She's gonna put Kyle up. She has to, right?
We have one key. The person who is safe is Kyle.
She's. Sally, are you a fool?
So she says, I apologize, baby. We've been working together, but this is a game decision. I'm really sorry, Patrick. I respect your game, but I have to do what's best for mine. They're both too angry to speak.
Wait, this could be a big brain play by Sally in a way. Do you think she hopes one of them wins so she can put Kyle up? Because if she put Kyle up
It's a
before, then she couldn't
possibility,
stay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Ooh.
mean, it's pretty much anyone's game to want to win the power of veto.
Okay.
So Sally finishes in last. Web of Lies. The house guests enter the backyard and stand on their individual section. Various clues connected by white lines resembling a spider web on the walls. The house guests must read the clues and connect each house guest's face on the body of a fly to the clues that refer to them. First person to do it correctly wins the final power of veto.
Okay. Who do you think wins this? I don't think Patrick wins.
I didn't see Baby winning.
So do you
I
think
feel like
Kyle
it
would
might
win?
be Kyle.
I think Kyle wins, man. Yeah, there's
Baby
baby.
comes in.
Patrick
Oh,
won. I didn't think you would win. So
I
Kyle is.
thought I picked him as like second for me. I
Yeah,
was like, he's gonna if she doesn't win, I feel like then it was
yeah,
him.
yeah. I was stuck between Kyle and Patrick. I'm like, I don't think he wins. So
Well, Patrick is going to save himself, which means that the replacement is Kyle.
but she doesn't mind. Do you
I mean, she
think?
knows it has to happen.
Do you think Baby will go, or do you think they'll finally knock off the kingpin that is Kyle? Sally's not to be trusted.
mm,
That's a
I
good
don't
argument from
know.
fucking Kyle though, because Kyle's been fucking killing it.
So who has Patrick voted for before? Has he voted Kyle?
Yeah,
Then I feel like he's gonna stay with it and go
but
Kyle.
but here's the thing: Patrick and Baby were in an alliance, but they dissolved it.
Yeah.
They dissolved their relationship together. Do you think that would affect Patrick?
I feel like Patrick knows about the game.
But also, Kyle put him up for eviction last time.
Yeah.
Ah, this is a tough. I don't know what Patrick would choose here. Kyle.
Kyle. Yeah.
Damn. She probably would have won.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I mean, I think she came back. She did her thing. She did extremely well.
I agree.
Um, so I think she should be very proud of herself.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure it's not the last time you'll see Kyle come back because she's competitive.
Oh yeah. Imagine we see her next season on Survivor. That'd be fucking wild. Alright, so this is the
So we have
final.
the top three. Yeah, this is the final HOH before the finale.
Ooh. So there's two picks from you left. Baby and Sally. And only one for me, Patrick.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Just pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So historically, Baby has not been well at the challenges.
Right.
I feel
Sally
like
has
the
won
two
the most.
HOHs we're gonna get is Patrick and Sally.
Yeah, because here's the thing: Patrick can't win veto anymore, which he's been elite at. So he's got to try in this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hook, line, and
Right, hook,
sinker.
line, and sinker. The house guests sit on a fishing hook that is suspended over a large pond. If they fall off the hook, they are eliminated. The last house guest remaining on their hook will win the first part of the final HOH competition and will advance to part 3.
Hmm.
Right? Baby comes in third. Sally? Yep.
Okay. I can see Sally
Sally
doing
wins
some
for
fishing. Yeah.
unexpected relations. In front of each player are 5 large X's. There are also a board of bases with many different house guests. Each X has 4 questions regarding different evicted house guests. The corner of each X has a hook to hang on the face of the evicted contestant that correctly answers each question. The first house guest to answer all the questions and all 5 X's will win the second round
I
of the final HOH.
I don't think Baby wins this.
I don't think so either. I think it was from the start a Sally Patrick thing, and they were going to pick who they were going to take out. Probably each other, honestly.
They definitely would,
If Patrick wins, you take out Sally, and Sally wins, you take out Patrick.
for sure. They're both
Alright,
taking
the winner,
Baby. Yeah.
Patrick.
So it comes down to this.
Alright, skills of just us. The house guests each stand on their own individual platforms attached to a large scale. Each round, Julie Chen will read the beginning of a statement. The house guests must decide how a certain juror completed each statement. If they are correct, they earn a point and their scale moves up. The house guest with the most points at the end becomes the final and most important head of house.
Hmm. Do you think Patrick's been listening to people, or do you think he's staying self-centered?
I don't think so.
I think
I was
Sally
just
wins
thinking that.
this. Yeah, because Patrick is very
I
full
feel
of
like she's
himself.
more.
But then again, he's a
Yeah.
businessman, so he has to pay attention to his clients. But I doubt he is.
The final HOH is
Oh,
Patrick.
okay. I guess he was treating it like a business, man. I have to listen to your clients.
So Baby and Sally face eviction. Baby says they had a good relationship. Please keep me. And Sally says they have an unbreakable relationship. So please keep her. Do you think that matters? You think that the relationship is something that Patrick would consider?
God no. Um,
Do you think he's going to go with the easy way?
I think he will. He's got to get rid of Sally. Because if it's Sally that stays, I can see this going either way. But I think if
Yeah.
Sally stays, she most likely wins. If Baby stays, Patrick wins. I don't think there's a universe where Baby wins.
Yeah, I couldn't see it unless people are just like over everybody them winning and
That could be.
like choosing them to nomination. That could be another.
That
Because I mean, Sally and Patrick didn't make that many like
friends.
friends other
Actually,
than their alliances.
yeah, I was supposed to say Patrick. Didn't he have the most alliances out of everyone though?
Yeah, it was him and somebody else that was with him.
Yeah. I think Casey, right?
Yeah, Casey Becker.
Yeah. If you are Patrick here, like put yourself in Patrick's shoes. You are him. Who would you choose as Patrick? Not as Austin, but as Patrick.
I feel like he would have to pick Sally. I think that he
To
would
bring
be
with him
because
or vote off?
Sally's been against.
Okay. Because here's my thing. I think. Hear me. I feel Patrick might bring Sally for one reason. He likes competition.
Fair.
I think if he were to bring Sally, I feel that's the only reason he would. The relationship wouldn't matter. He is a competitive man. If someone has like a better like business card than him, he wants to murder them. You know? Like Baby, I doubt he sees as a competitive threat. Like in a social game, like it's almost non-existent. Let's be real. In the physical game, she's only won like what, one, two challenges.
Yeah,
Like, I think he sees Sally as a bigger challenge, so he might bring her.
I can see that too.
Like, if you want an easy win, anyone brings Baby, right? But I don't
That's
know.
what you assume. Yeah.
Patrick is his mind works in mysterious ways. I don't know what or how he would decide who he's going to take.
Yeah, I think this would be one of the hardest decisions in the competition.
Oh yeah.
Because we could see, I mean, any of them could eventually could end up winning. I mean, we don't know what the jurors are thinking.
Yeah. Cuz I mean, if this is Baby,
So
I think she takes out Sally because Sally's nominated her a few times, right? So
yeah,
if Baby won, it would be her and Patrick. If Sally won, she probably would have gotten rid of Patrick cuz she sees him as more of a target.
are we ready to find out?
I'm prepared.
I'm nervous. All right,
All right, let's
Patrick
see.
votes. Let's evict
Oh,
Baby. He honors an unbreakable relationship with Sally. Wow,
okay.
fair.
Now this, I think Sally beats him though. I don't think Patrick is playing a better game than Sally. Okay,
Oof.
if you had to compare them, who do you think had a better game, Sally or Patrick? Because they both had the same amount of wins, but they both played two different like strategical
Yeah, Patrick.
games.
Patrick was very quiet the first half of the season.
Very.
He
Sally
didn't
made
come up
herself
with
known.
anything until later. Yeah. Um. I mean, oh God. I mean, I really like Patrick. I mean, he could be a great first winner.
Right, but so could
Um,
Sally.
but yeah, Sally can also be a really good winner. She kind of pushed herself. So it's gonna be interesting what our jurors have to say.
Right.
All right. So Patrick and Sally give opening speeches. Patrick says, "I deserve to win because I played a more loyal game.
That is true.
I was saved with veto twice. I survived despite being nominated 3 times, and I did not receive a vote the entire game."
Wait,
That
that's
is
actually
fair.
true. He didn't.
Sally
Yeah, he's
says,
only been
"No, yeah."
nominated. I didn't
Sally says
realize.
she deserves to win because she had a better strategic game. She performed better on the challenges, and I had a better social game, and I did not receive a vote the entire game.
Oh, you see, they both bring really good points here. You know, Patrick, he definitely did play a more loyal game. He stuck to his alliances until they got dissolved by the others, a part of them. You know, so he stuck to his guns. He did save himself with the veto twice. He was nominated 3 times. He also didn't receive a vote. But Sally, when it comes to strategy, definitely had a better strategical game. She knew to leave the alliance with John Kramer when she knew like it wasn't going to go anywhere and that he needed to be a next target. You know, so when it came to strategy,
Yeah,
she definitely performed better. She was definitely better in challenges because she won more HOH challenges and did better in terms of like rankings than Patrick. Because for a good
yeah,
bit of it, Patrick was placing at the bottom. You know, like he was placing
for
with
sure.
Grandpa. And like I said, she's said before, like she had a better strategic game. So social game, obviously, she's going to do better. So I think, God, I think late game Patrick did better. Like in the final like 3 4 weeks, I'd say Patrick. I think he did better. But I think the rest of the game, I think Sally did better. So, all right,
Yeah. Let's go through.
yeah,
You want to go ahead and announce who our jury members are?
we have Turkey. Fuck him. We have Wendy Torrance from The Shining. Turkey's from Thanksgiving, but this is the Thanksgiving 3-1. Fuck that movie. Finney Blake is from The Black Phone. Art the Clown from Terrifier. Kirsty Cotton from Hellraiser. Casey Becker from Scream. John Kramer from pretty much any Saw movie you can watch. Kyle from Child's Play 2. And Baby Firefly from the Firefly trilogy. These are our jurors. And man, I'm shocked Art made it so far, if I'm being honest too. Art and Turkey are just like, what the fuck? um, hmm, dude,
You want to go right to the voting?
yeah, I think we should. Uh, actually, yeah, show the votes really quick. So who do we think Baby voted for? Because here's the thing: Sally nominated her up for veto a few times, but ultimately
She was
Patrick
pissed
voted
at
her
Patrick.
out. Yeah,
She
that's the
was
thing.
pissed. I think she would be more what's the word? Reactive and probably vote Sally.
I agree. Because at the end of the day, Sally didn't get her voted out. Patrick did. So I'm
You
curious
ready
to
to
see.
reveal?
Yeah, she did vote for Sally.
Sally.
On social game. Okay. Kyle's vote. Oh, man. Here's the thing.
Kyle had a quite a
Hmm. I don't know who Kyle votes here. Do you think Kyle might vote Patrick?
um
I don't. Because I don't know if she'd vote Sally.
mm,
Patrick winning got her
who
voted.
took was Patrick the one that nominated her?
No, but him winning the power of veto, it
Oh, replaced her.
automatically,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
automatically.
Then he took her out because he was
Right.
safe.
So
I
Patrick
think I
pulled a
feel
big
like
move
she
on. Would
might
Kyle
pick
respect?
Sally.
But would Kyle respect the move on Patrick taking her out instead of Baby?
Yeah, but I mean, compared to Sally as well, I
Yeah.
think that Kyle would recognize that Sally also played a good game.
Right. Mm.
You think Patrick?
I. You bring a good point though. I think since Kyle was such a powerhouse and Patrick was the one to take her out, I think she might respect that more.
Yeah, I see that.
I don't know, because this is Child's Play 2, Kyle. If this is from the show, I think she votes Sally. But from the movie, oh, I think she might go Patrick. I'm not sure.
All right, well, I'm gonna go Sally. You go Patrick. She's gonna vote
Okay, Sally.
Sally.
Okay.
Is an unbreakable relationship.
Mm, okay.
All right, we got John next. I feel like John's pretty straightforward. I feel like he's gonna go Sally.
I do too, but Sally was also gunning for him.
Yeah, that is true.
And John is
Mm,
he's a very petty person.
yeah, he might have flipped. So yeah, that brings up a good point because he did leave the alliance with them.
Right.
So he might go with um
Patrick.
Patrick, who's still in the alliance.
I think we I think I'm saying Patrick. He votes Sally
No,
anyway. Okay.
still supports her.
Okay.
Wow. So that's 3 votes, Sally, and we got 6 votes left. We got Casey up next, though.
Ah, I I think Kate.
She
Dude,
has to go Patrick. They had
yeah,
so
I
many
think I
alliances
was about to say
together.
Casey has to go Patrick. If she votes Sally, I don't know why. Why?
Wow.
Oh, based on his
The,
social
the
game?
social game.
I can see it.
Wow.
I If anyone were to vote Patrick, I would have bet Casey would have.
Yeah, I really thought she would have.
Now
Next up,
Kirsty's
we have Kirsty Cotton. She was in a weird predicament. She wasn't with anybody.
right.
So it's actually tricked it out quite a bit. So do we think that she's going to respect Sally's game?
I don't know.
Even though Sally was the one that wanted to push her out so bad?
Hmm. I think she might vote Sally.
Because if she votes Sally, I think that would give Sally the auto win. Yeah, this is the 5th vote
Yeah.
with only 4 left afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
Ooh,
No.
Patrick. Okay. She had a bad
So this,
relationship
if
with them.
everyone else votes Patrick, it keeps Patrick
A
in
reverse
for it.
sweep.
One more vote for Sally is it.
Was Art in an
So we
alliance
got
with Art was in a three-way with Patrick, wasn't he?
He was. He
Yeah,
had
he
2
was.
alliances actually.
Yeah, he was with Casey and Patrick in a three-way. I think he
I
goes
feel like
Patrick
Hart would
then.
still stick with Patrick, yeah.
I think he does. No, he went
No,
Sally.
what?
Oh wow. All right.
So that takes the sweep. Sally is
officially the winner of Big Brother
I still want to see who
Season
voted
1.
who though. I still want to think about this. Who do you think Finney
We got
voted?
Finny,
I think he looks at Sally as more of a grandma
Sally.
figure, and I think he votes Sally.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got
Wendy?
Wendy Lawrence.
Do you think?
She did not have a good relationship with anyone.
Yeah. Do you think Patrick would remind her of Jack?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I feel like she votes Sally. I think she's
I
gonna
think
go based off the gameplay.
I think so too. I think yeah. Yeah, I was supposed to say because if
Yeah.
she thinks of Patrick as more of like, Jack, or yeah, then
Yeah.
I think then she would definitely vote Sally.
And finally we got Turkey, who I think is a big wild card. He was in alliance with
He's gonna vote himself.
Patrick and Sally.
I mean, Turkey. I don't know who he would choose. I actually don't.
I think I might go with Sally. It seems like there's a trend right now of them both being good choices, but Sally ending up being the better strategical player.
And plus, Sally has tits, so I
And I
think
don't think that he had a huge relationship with Patrick,
eh,
particularly.
yeah. And Turkey has an obsession with tits, so I think Sally just wins. No, he voted Patrick.
No.
Okay. So
Yes, okay.
so Kirsty and Turkey voted Patrick. Okay. Seven to
About a
two.
7-2, the winner of season 1,
Sally
Sally
Hardesty from
Wow.
Texas Chainsaw 2022.
And then we have a America's Favorite vote coming up.
Hmm.
Well, those are our top 3 fan favorites.
I mean,
Art the Clown, Baby, and John. Who do you
okay.
think?
So, what do people like fans of Big Brother like? Do they like chaos, or do they like more down to earth seeming people?
I personally would pick John probably because of his like no shits given kind of thing.
Yeah, if I'm like wanting to vote for someone based off of like their character, like who I thought had the most interesting character, I'm voting Baby. But
Yeah,
if
Baby and John are my first two. John or Art would be my last one
you can just reveal third
based
place
off
right
the
now.
season.
It's got to be Art.
No,
What? Do you wait?
Baby.
Do you think Art is the twist because he's a fucking clown? What? No, it's John.
John
Okay.
wins the day route.
Okay. I'm shocked Art beat Baby. Do you think it's because of the temper tantrums?
I feel like it could have been.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So congratulations to Sally Hardesty on being the very first winner of Horror Big Brother. Wow.
And here we go. Here is the entire placements of the season. If you want to run through them for us to remind us who we missed along the way, if you have any notable things we wanted to say about them, and if we agreed or disagreed with their placements.
Mm. Okay. So Demogorgon being in 18th place last. I think we can both agree that makes sense, right? Uh,
And that was a big twist because he was not
he was
originally
not
up
originally
for the
nominated as
elimination.
Grandpa and Baby,
Yeah,
but
and they
Grandpa
made
ended
it
up,
way further.
yeah, Grandpa ended up winning.
Is Demo someone you'd like to see come back in a future spinoff?
In Big Brother, I here's the thing: he doesn't talk. He just
Mm-hmm.
roars, and like I don't see him being able to communicate with humans or anything at all, unless Vecna comes on to something, which that'd be
Mm-hmm.
weird. I don't think I would want him to come back. I don't think it would make any
That's
sense.
fair.
Next up, Zoe Sandon from The Purge, 17th place, 9 to 5. I honestly, I Zoe came off early as like someone who's being good at challenges. She did good
Oh, she
in
would have dominated.
Oh yeah, she did great in the first HOH. Then she did good in the POV, and then she did good in the next HOH. So, her getting voted out early because she's a challenge threat does not surprise me. Would I want to see her back? In terms of personality, I don't know how well she would be in terms of like strategy and everything. I know she'd be good in
Mhm.
challenges, but I don't know. What about you? Would you want to see her return?
Um, I don't think I'm itching right away to see her come back,
Right.
but I feel like if we did maybe some sort of uh way later on, like Big Brother, like early out season, maybe we do like 10 people from across whatever seasons and pick them for an early outs. I don't know. She might be on there for me.
Right. Next up, we have a surprise one to me. Isaac Kroner. He wasn't originally nominated. 16th place, 7-6. How do you feel about him getting voted out so early as a last minute resort?
You know, Isaac, I will be honest, I kind of forgot that he was there on the season. So, um, I feel like his placement is deserved based off everyone else who's in the competition. I mean, there's a couple other ones I could see maybe before Zoe.
Mm, yeah.
Um,
You know,
but yeah.
I feel like Isaac would have done better on Survivor instead of Big Brother.
Oh yeah, I feel like he might be a good one that could eventually cross over.
Like Kyle.
Yeah,
Um Pablo Santiago. Well, I should say Demogorgon, Stranger Things, Zoe, The Purge, Isaac Kroner, Children of the Corn, Pablo Santiago, Ash vs. Evil Dead. 15th place, 8-4. This guy was on the bottom from pretty much the get
a
go.
lot.
Since, yeah, like, after his relationship with John Kramer crumbled, his whole game fell apart. It seemed like he was going to be like, a pretty good player, right? Because off the rip, he was in 2 alliances. So you're like 2 alliances. That's a really fucking good start for Pablo. But people just decided to get rid of him. So he became an early boot, 8-4. Pablo, honestly, is someone I wouldn't mind seeing return. I
For sure. I would agree.
I think in terms of like personality, he's got it. It's something people would want to see. In terms of physical strength, if we're talking the later seasons of Ash vs. Evil Dead, he's got it. If you're thinking strategy in mental, it's somewhat there. I think he would just be more of an entertaining kind of person, more than like a strategical one, you know? So, I mean, while I'd want to see him return, I don't think, again, he would make it too far. I think he'd be another early boot.
I think from you talk about the Big Brother series?
I think in both Big Brother and Survivor, he would be an early boot.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought
because
I could see him going to merge at least with Survivor.
I mean, because the thing is, he's a short dude and he's not too like muscly, you know.
Hmm.
So I don't know if he'd be good on a team in Survivor. I don't know if people would be like,
Oh,
yeah, he's going to help us out in challenges and whatnot. So he I'd like to be proven wrong, and if he does go on Survivor and make it to merge, I would love that. But I don't know how well he'd do.
all right.
Next up, Lorraine from X. Lorraine, I would have loved to see go much further. I think she had a lot
Hmm.
of potential. She is very physically fit. Her mental, she can last a long time mentally. In terms of strategy, she's got it. Um, and I think just as a character in general, it would have been nicer to see her make it further. So I,
Yeah, I agree.
mhm, I think I would like to see Lorraine return, but again on Big Brother. I feel like Survivor, she would be okay, but I think Big Brother is where she shine because she produces movies, like she holds the boomstick and whatnot, so she's used to that kind of environment, you know. So
Sure.
I'd say she would do better on Big Brother. So yeah. Next up, Roy Burns, fitting that he got 13th place because he's from Friday the 13th.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, it was truly meant to be. So, Roy Burns, I honestly, so most people, I'm going to divulge into his character a little bit for a second. Most people on the surface, just because he's not Jason Voorhees, you know, or because his character isn't seen enough in the movie, would be like, he's an ass character, you know? But if you really divulge into him and, like, how he must be feeling with his son and whatnot, you realize how good of a character he is, you know? I feel like he's really fitting, and he's honestly not much of any difference compared to Pamela, in my opinion. So he gets unnecessary hate. That being said, I don't think when it comes to strategy, he's all there. I think when it comes to physical strength, that is where he absolutely dominates. Like when you are
Yeah.
portraying Jason fucking Voorhees, you have to be strong and brawny as hell, right? So I think if you're looking for someone to return on like Survivor, he is going to be an absolute challenge beast. He'd massacre it. So on Survivor, I think he'd be cool to see because unlike Jason, he talks. So I think it'd also be fitting to see him instead of Jason.
Hell yeah.
So, in my opinion, I'd like to see Roy return, but on Survivor. What about you?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that this environment for Roy, I mean, it was his first time, obviously, doing anything like this,
Mm,
and he kind of stood out a little bit because, I mean, he comes across as like a bigger dude.
right.
Um, and he did win, some challenges, but I think that Survivor would be a cool place to see him kind of evolve in more of a team setting.
I agree. Um, Next up, don't know how he made it so far. Grandpa Sawyer.
That's a cool jury too.
Yeah, Grandpa Sawyer. It's the same boat as Demogorgon. I don't think he should return, just because like he's pretty much borderline immobile, and he just groans. Made it a lot further than I thought. I can see him maybe getting along with like the older people on the here, like Sally and John. You know, because they can relate to being old, and they see what he is. How old and decrepit he is, and they're like, "That's gonna be me." You know, and I can see other people wanting to take care of him because literally his name is Grandpa. So I can see like people wanting to take care of him, but other than that, I don't see him doing anything really useful. So I don't think I would want to see him return. What about you?
Grandpa was definitely a wild card to throw in here.
It's a Hail Mary.
Purposely did that because I was like, you know what, you probably could never put him reasonably on
Survivor,
Survivor. I
yeah.
think we could. Um, I mean, it kind of probably would end up pretty similar. Would I want Grandpa to return? I think it would be kind of interesting to bring Grandpa with somebody like Hitchhiker or Cook into the same season.
Now that you mention it, I think if you were the literally piggyback off of Leatherface, that could be interesting. Like, you know, if actually, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe Hitchhiker, because Hitchhiker can at least talk. Bubba is the same thing. He just mumbles. He just goes
Hmm.
like,
Yeah, I mean, Hitchhiker or Cook, um, could work with him.
or maybe just Cook be
But
on instead of him. You know, how about
you
instead
know,
of having people do
we're gonna
stuff for him?
we're gonna bring the grandmother on next.
If you actually do that, I fucking swear.
Just corpse.
It's just a fucking corpse.
Uh, Say, Grandpa,
Okay. Anyway,
just shy of jury.
yeah. Next up, Turkey. Our first unanimous vote, and well deserved, if I'm being completely honest. Turkey.
Which is the next four votes too.
Mm-hmm. I would not want to see Turkey return. I think he was fine seeing it come on once just for the meme. It's like Grandpa and Demogorgon, Having them once I think is fine, but seeing them return as compared to like seeing like Isaac return, for example, I think people would rather see Isaac return over fucking Grandpa Sawyer, you know, because at least Isaac he has some more character and development that you can latch onto as compared with Grandpa who is just immobile. He's borderline a corpse. But Turkey, like I think he's just annoying, and realistically, I don't think he ever should make it that far. You know, so I would not want to see Turkey from Thanksgiving return. What about you?
Turkey's fun. I mean, I am one who enjoys also just like the weird oddball ones.
I do too.
Turkey can work for me where he brings that kind of same annoying energy, and I think it's obviously fun to have him interact with other people that would just annoy him. I do think he made it a bit far for himself, and he did earn a challenge win
Surprisingly,
um during his time on the show. I mean he earned his little place. I mean, he did
actually,
it.
yeah. You know what? I think the reason he won that challenge is because since it was a tire swing, do turkeys have like kind of a little bit of talons? If so, he was able to grip onto the tire.
Yeah, I mean he is
Yeah.
a, obviously also just a demented turkey, so he
Yeah.
has extra powers that
Yeah.
normal turkeys wouldn't have.
I honestly, you know, if he were to return, the only time I would want to see him return is if Leprechaun comes with him.
I was gonna say that I would want to see the ginger dead man with turkey too.
Honestly, just having a whole season of just full of those weird fucks would just it would hurt my
Evil
brain.
Bond.
Evil Bong. Okay. But yeah,
Anyways, moving on to our
I
next one.
but yeah, Turkey, he could work returning, but personally, I don't think I'd want to see him again. I think I'd rather see someone else come instead. Wendy. Here's the thing. Wendy, I think, would do better on Survivor. And that's because she is one of the biggest definitions of Survivor. In my opinion, when I think of like someone who survived something crazy, your demented husband who is relapsing, you know, and is wielding an axe to escape from that in a hotel where it's just you, him, and your son. To be able to escape from that with minimal harm, that screams Survivor to me. So I think she would do great on that. Um, but yeah, I would I want to see her return for it though? Not anytime soon. I think she needs a bit before she returns because she is definitely like in terms of a character, which I'm also going off of, she would need a mental break after Big Brother, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's not someone like Roy Burns who can just go back to back to back, you know, do like 8 seasons in a row. Wendy would need like at least a handful of seasons in between before she came back. Um, Finney. I don't think seeing him go on Survivor would be great. I think if we saw him return, it would have to be on Big Brother. Because I think for like the younger contestants, like Zoe, Finney, Lorraine, where they're stronger in the challenges here, I think that is better for them, personally. I mean, look at Kyle. Look how well she did. Um, but yeah, I think if we're going to have like these kid like characters like this, I think having them on a setting like Big Brother is better than Survivor. So if he were to return, which I think would be great, because in terms of strategy, seeing him interact with like Grandpa and John Kramer, like I don't like you, you're old, um, and just dominating in challenges, I think would be really cool. So personally, I would like to see Finney return on a later season of Big Brother. What about you?
Yeah, I think Finney was a pleasant surprise of how well he did. He made it halfway through the competition, placing ninth
Right?
out of 18, which is really impressive to do, especially against some of these like iconic um horror figures and other like heroes. Um, yeah, I would see Finney come back. I don't think I'm itching um
anytime soon, kind of like
Yeah,
Wendy,
I
to see
agree.
him come back. I think I need to see him come back with the right cast. That's also really important, just to make sure that if they come back, there's some synergy and such and
I agree.
whatnot.
Now, by the way, Finney Blake is from Black Phone and Wendy is from The Shine. I keep forgetting to mention the movies they're from. Art the Clown from Terrifier. Art the Clown, I think. Mm, here's the thing, he doesn't talk. So, I mean, do you think he would do better on Survivor? Do you think staying on Big Brother would be better for him?
Um, Art the Clown. I feel like it's very situational, almost for anybody, what kind of show they do. Um, Art the Clown didn't bring enough social game to Big Brother, I feel like. Um,
I just don't think
so
so.
I would like to see him come and do a more strategic Big Brother type game.
I think as well the difference between why he didn't do too great strategically on here as compared to what he would do on Survivor is because these things are sectioned up into 15 weeks, as Survivor is only like 29 days or something like that. 27, I think
Yeah.
now. So I think in that sort of increment, people know Art by that time. They know he's just a clown that doesn't say anything, and he's just starting to piss people off. As compared to on Survivor, you're with him for a shorter period of time, so I think he could do better there. I'm not too sure how he would do though. Art would be like I would want to see him come back under the right circumstances.
Yeah. He's another character that's a little harder to uh, have very much interaction because he doesn't speak.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's very hard
So,
for him to like
Brother Clown,
communicate.
probably a returning face you'll see at some point
Not anytime
in
soon,
the
most
series.
likely.
Um, I mean, he is iconic, and there's no reason not to have him in some
Right.
other iconic horror fields. So, moving on.
Next up, we have Kirsty Cotton. I am glad she made it this far. I think the dynamic between her and Casey was like the only like I guess drama we've really had this season that was ongoing.
Hmm.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I think Kirsty's like whole run on the show was very much the underdog. Like I
Hmm.
came into the season picking her. I don't know a whole lot personally about Kirsty Cotton, but I kind of felt myself rooting for Kirsty as
Same.
the season was progressing.
I agree. At first, I was like, I don't really care if she gets voted off early, but as the season progressed, and I saw her dynamic with these characters, her and Art were like the underdogs against this alliance of like Sally, Patrick, Baby, Kyle, John, and Casey.
Everybody. Yeah.
You know, and you want her to succeed. You want to see her slowly tear this powerhouse alliance to part before it's just them left in the game. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that, but that's just how it goes sometimes. I think if we see Kirsty Cotton return, sure, seeing her return, would be great. But I think it'd be super funny if her and Casey returned together. I think
Mm.
I think that'd be so funny because this was the first and pretty much only like main drama that went on this season. And I think if you were to have the two of them go back together, it'd be so chaotic and fun. But then again, I think seeing both of them respectively return on a different season, not with each other, would still be great. So I'm gonna just say right now, Kirsty and Casey, I think would be great to see return because they both played great games.
I would definitely second that. I could definitely see these two coming back in a future Big Brother season. I would also love to see Kirsty on the island and
Hmm.
run through Survivor by herself.
I think
I think she
Kirsty,
would
yeah,
bring a excellent dynamic.
especially with how well she did in these challenges. Like she saved her ass like 4 times. you know. So
Yeah.
I think her being on Survivor, she'd definitely make it to merge, unless like there's some sexist horror killer on her tribe that's like, oh, she's a woman, get her out. She's not strong like us big brawly men that are built like the Undertaker, you know. Um,
Yeah.
so I think I would want to see Kirsty on Survivor and potentially another season of Big Brother. I think I really
Oh
fucking
yeah.
enjoyed her character. Casey, I think would specifically be good on Big Brother again. I think she'd be fine on Survivor, but I think she would do even better on Big Brother, like she did here.
Yeah.
Like when I think
I
of
agree.
Casey, I don't think Survivor because she fucking died in the movie. Um, so and the way she died too, like sure she put up a little bit of a fight, but it wasn't anything crazy. So when I think of a survivor, she's definitely not a person that comes to mind. So I'd like to see her return on Big Brother because she had some pretty good strategy. Um, and Casey is from Scream, if you didn't know. John Kramer from the whole Saw franchise. I wish we got to see more from John. I really do. It felt like
Yeah.
he really lacked in the strategy department in the social game. I felt like he would be so strong in strategy, but unless his strategy was just to like ride along the coattails of other people and do what they say, there wasn't really too much of a strategy there. Not the biggest fan of his game. So, unless he changes up his playstyle, I don't know if I'd want to see him again, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, I can definitely echo what you say there. If I was to see him again, he'd have to get thrown into Survivor.
agreed.
I feel like to have more dynamic. His his game just I don't know if him being in a house kind of just led him back to his typical ways of his Saul friend, like his Saul with, Billy the puppet kind of puppeteering the entire thing and Amanda doing the work. So maybe taking him out of the house
Yes,
might be the way to get him to do something,
I
you
th-
know?
I think that would be good. I think if I were to see him again, if he were to by some miracle come back on Big Brother, he would have to change out he plays, or else we'd probably never want to see him again, right? Because if he plays the same way he did here, if he were to return, then he would just be like, we don't want to see you again. That was a fail
And
of
the
a
fact that
return.
he made it to fifth place kind of also um made the season feel a little weird
Right.
and more heavy to a certain like the top four who became pretty iconic and sixth and seventh being also really iconic.
Like John Kramer is a more iconic character than Roy Burns, but yet looking at how both of them play the game, Roy Burns, I think you and I might be able to agree that Roy Burns would deserve that spot more.
Yeah, I could name a couple people that went
Right.
before
Like
that I'd rather
hell,
have seen go up there.
fucking Wendy maybe even had a more respectable game. And that's saying a lot because
So,
she was kind of chilling for a good portion of the game, just like him. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, John, if I were to see him return on Big Brother, it'd have to be a different play style, or I'd have to see him on Survivor, which I'd prefer Survivor. Next up, Kyle, the only returnee from Survivor to Big Brother. Kyle thoroughly impressed me. I'm very happy with how this went. She became a challenge monster, won the most challenges of anyone this season. And strategical game, she played it to a T. The only part where she got screwed over was because she straight up couldn't participate in the HOH. She just couldn't. So she was screwed on that. And Sally
Yeah.
chose Patrick and Baby. Patrick ended up winning, the veto challenge. So by default, Kyle was thrown in there. There was quite literally nothing Kyle could have done. Really.
Yeah,
Like,
she had to win that power veto.
yeah, she had to, and that challenge wasn't really centered around her. Like, looking back on it, it was definitely more like ranged towards Patrick and Baby and Sally. Like, it was definitely more towards like the more grown-up experienced people as compared to
Hmm.
a younger person like Kyle. So it just really sucked that that's the way she went out. But you know, it is what
This
it
is the
is.
best that she has done, though.
I agree, and based off of this, I would love to see her return, and I think you would agree with that because of how she played so well here.
Yeah, I am sure she's itching to get back in there at some point. I'm sure she's gonna want to kind of recollect herself before heading back into another competition. But I mean, I think that she is definitely going to be a winner at some point.
I agree. If not a winner, at least a runner-up. Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
I Kyle is someone who just thoroughly impressed me because I mean, I don't know if you hold the same opinion as me, but when she was on Survivor, it felt like she wasn't really able to do much, because she was pretty much from the bottom the whole time. But on
yeah,
here, she was in a powerful position from the get go. So she played two completely different games. And, while I enjoyed her like a little bit of an underdog arc, in that, vote that ended up getting her voted off, how they
yeah,
tried really hard. I love that, but how she played here, it shows growth and development. And I would love to see her return because she can only get better from here.
for sure.
But yeah. Next up, Baby Firefly. Potential for being the first boot. I thought originally before the game had even started, Baby Firefly wasn't going to make it far. She was going to be like bottom five, you know? But
Yeah,
she ended up making it to the top three. And, she did win that one challenge, and that did pretty much save her ass. Otherwise, she most likely would have gotten voted out. Let's be honest. Um, but for her to have that kind of like, she did have a bit of an underdog story. She was at the bottom, then she climbed herself up into being part of an extremely powerful alliance. And, I don't think we really commended that at the time, but it does deserve, to be applauded because that is a really big accomplishment. And you don't really get to see that in like Survivor or Big Brother, where someone at the very bottom gets brought into a very powerful position and stays there, you know? So, I do applaud the game Baby played. Her attitude towards it, though, wasn't the biggest fan of. She was just constantly throwing fits and whatnot. So that, takes away from it. But in terms of like her game, she did a good job. So, would I want to see her return? I think I want to see her return on Survivor. I think that is where Baby would shine.
oh, for sure. I definitely agree that Baby definitely has that survivor potential. I think she would be fun and chaotic in that setting. But yeah, the first half of the competition after her bottom placement, she kind of just faded into the background and didn't really do a whole lot.
Mm,
And it wasn't until the latter half of the game where she happened to snatch a win, which was very surprising.
right.
So
You know, I,
yeah,
I,
I would like to see her come back and who she'd interact with.
mm-hmm, yeah, but I think that underdog part, I was paying attention to it. I don't know how well you're paying attention to it, like, because there was a lot of shit going on, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, but looking back on it, I feel like when we rewatched the podcast, we can definitely see how well she did because she was at the bottom
Hmm.
for the good first portion of the game. In the middle half, she kind of just kept to herself, trying to stay low on the radar because there was other big targets like Roy, and then there was
Yeah.
people like Turkey who were fucking annoying, and she was able to slowly weasel her way up into, that big alliance of Sally through Casey that you see on the top row there. So, again,
Yeah.
she played it pretty smart. While you might not like her attitude and her as a person, you gotta give her credit. She played the game pretty well. But yeah, so Baby Firefly would love to see return. If she were to return on Big Brother, I also wouldn't complain. Next up, Patrick Bateman. Now, you and I know we probably aren't the biggest fan of how he played in the good part of the game. Like, he was pretty much just silent and didn't do anything. Like, he would mostly, like, go out near the beginning or halfway through, not trying to win or anything. Until,
Which is
like,
smart.
yeah, until his name had gotten brought up for the very first time. That's when he switched it on and put his little Batman pants on. You know? Like, so I wish we saw more of that, you know? Because
Yeah.
I feel like Patrick, if he showed that maybe like during say like when Wendy got voted out, if he like flipped a switch on there, huge. Would have loved to see it. Honestly, I think it would have maybe potentially put him ahead of Sally, but alas, we didn't get to see it. But yeah, Patrick Bateman from American Psycho, I would like to see return.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say that he should return on a future Big Brother season, preferably for me personally.
I agree. I would not want to see him on Survivor because here's the thing, he likes being kind of clean, right? He
Yeah.
so if he were on Survivor, he'd be a complainy, whiny little bitch, and he'd be one of the first boots. And we wouldn't want to have someone return just for that, you know? So I agree.
Yeah.
Seeing him again on Big Brother, where it's a nice, more polished kind of thing for him, where he can enjoy it a bit more, and yeah, I would like to see him return. And lastly, Sally Hardesty, the very first winner of Big Brother season 1. Honestly, going into it, did you expect Sally to not just win, but to even make it this far?
Um, you know what?
Like, did you expect her to make merge?
Mm, well, there's not. You mean like jury?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you know what I mean. Like,
Okay,
juror.
I was like, there's no merge.
Yeah, sorry. Survivor on the brain
Um,
after ranting.
yeah, yeah, Survivor. I don't think so. Looking back at it now, I feel like for our next time that we do this, we should definitely make our like an elimination order. I think that would kind of keep things like, a little spicy and like be able to like kind of guess, where everyone would land. But
Like,
I
guess
don't think I expected her.
like
Hmm?
before like say before we went into it, like we'd say Art would go at, like I'd say like Art would make it to like 14, you'd be like he'd make it to 16th, like predict
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we would kind of like make our own elimination order that how we predict the season would go at first impressions.
Okay, so anyway, you were saying about Sally.
But yeah, I kind of wish I had done that so I could think of where I thought originally she was gonna go, because I don't really remember. But I think for me, I feel like she was gonna be like an early out because she is
Mhm.
now a little older. She might not have as much, you know, ability to win challenges or have relations with other people,
Yeah.
especially with having Grandpa Sawyer in the mix. I feel like they didn't have as much of an interaction that I hoped that they were gonna have.
You know what? I think I predicted Sally probably would have been on that bottom row with like Roy and through Demogorgon. I would have predicted that.
Yeah,
If she was on Survivor, that would have most definitely been the case because that's what they do. They get rid of the older contestants first. That's 9 times out of 10. You always see like the people that are up there in age, like in their 40s through 60s. They end up being the first boots because they feel like, oh, they're old and weak. They're not going to provide much to the tribe, right? But on Big Brother, you're playing for yourself. So you actually want to keep the older players because they might not do well, you know? So
yeah.
which is why I think we see Grandpa higher up than what most people would probably think, because Grandpa could have been seen as kind of a goat, but he had won a challenge or two, and posted him as more like, oh damn, this dude is like 120 and he's winning challenges, and I'm not. Gotta get him out.
Yeah.
Um, I think also like that was kind of like a shield for Sally. I think Grandpa like winning the challenges that protected her, and John being a threat from the get go painted her as less of a target as compared to these other older folk. So I
Right.
think that also could have potentially been a boost for her. Not to mention, Casey and Kirsty were having that back and forth bickering. Art was being annoying.
Yeah.
Kyle and Finney are challenge beasts, you know. Then you have Patrick, who's just being quiet, and Baby Firefly, who was, almost a first boot. So, I'd say she did really good. And even when she did win, people were like, oh, it was probably just a fluke. She's old. As compared to, like, Kyle and Finney, they're young and spry. Obviously, they're going to win. So I feel like her age and also having those kinds of shields and barriers to protect her gave her that win. I think she played it phenomenally, and I don't think she could have played it any better.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
Is she someone that you would want to see come back at some point?
I think I'd want to see her on like an all-star season. I think because like she's now established as a threat. So people like would know that she's a threat now, right? Like you're a winner,
Yeah.
you know. It's not like, "Oh, it was just a fluke, guys. I'm just an old woman," you know. They just didn't want to give it to that rich jackass, you know? Like that's not what people are going to be thinking unless you have like a peanut for a brain, you know? So, I think I would like to see her return on like an All-Stars cast,
Nice.
you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think Sally Hardesty, great first winner. I,
Yeah. I
I,
think that she did make her mark.
if you had to choose your top three from this season, and it can include Sally, who would they be?
Like how they played or
How
personal favorites
how
or
they played in the game? Like in terms of gameplay, who were your three favorites that you got to like witness? Because I have mine.
all right. Mine might be a surprising. The first one maybe not. I definitely say Kyle. I was definitely invested in Kyle's story the entire season.
Okay.
Kirsty Cotton would have been my other one that was invested in. And then the last one would be Pablo Santiago.
Okay.
I
I
was invested in having him keep going, and I was kind of upset that he went out so early.
I feel that. Yeah, I was a bit sad he went out so early too, because I feel like I don't know why him and John Kramer disbanded, but I feel like they could have been like a powerful alliance together.
Yeah, that was a very early alliance that went out real early too.
Yeah, the very first. Um, for
What
me,
about you?
I agree with you. I think, well, I'm gonna go with Kyle. I have to. Um, actually, I'll choose three differents, but you know, I would have chosen Kyle and Kirsty as well. I just want you to know. I'm gonna go
Okay.
with Sally. I gotta commend her on the game because thinking about
Yeah.
it now, she did extremely well and played borderline. No, she did play the perfect game. She got no votes. She had like very little like suspicion on her at all that she was going to be doing so well. Next, this is probably gonna be a shock to you. I'm gonna give it to Baby. Like
Okay.
looking at her comeback, her and then her underdog story, you know, other than like I said, her attitude, which fucking annoys me, and how she was acting, like getting upset and a little bit of a pissy pants. Really enjoyed like her character arc, you know. As like a horror character, do I care for her? No, not really. But in terms of this Big Brother season, she did great. So Sally and Baby are two of them, and the third one, you're probably not gonna expect it. I'm going with Roy fucking Burns.
Oh.
I think he got voted out purely because of physical strength. I would have liked to see him go further because off the rip, you could tell that he was going for some strategical stuff. I think he just played the game way too hard and that got him voted out. If I had to choose, I would have either chosen Roy or Lorraine as my third. Because Lorraine, it was the same boat. She played too hard. She decided not to save one of her alliance members with the veto thing when she won. She was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. And that got her voted out because she wanted to spice it up. So, Sally, Baby, Roy,
Interesting.
and Lorraine, you know, I thought they really had good games. And I agree with you, Kyle and Kirsty, just so fun to watch. If I'm going off of enjoyability, Kyle and Kirsty, just so fun.
Oh, I mean, another one I would have said or thought maybe you were going to say was going to be Finney
Finny,
Blake,
yeah.
honestly. He did a great job in challenges, and unfortunately, that one time that he got put up for elimination,
Was the one
clean
time,
sweep.
yeah. Here's the
All it takes.
the reason I'm not choosing Finny is because why would I choose Finny when I could choose Kyle? Kyle played pretty much the same game as him in terms of like challenge wins and whatnot, but she just had a better strategical game.
Yeah.
So while I like both of them, I think that's why I would choose.
All right. see if there's any other statistics. Let me get a
Ti-
voting chart. Well,
Okay.
so this kind of goes over all of the votes and how everyone voted and the
Okay.
eviction. So, yeah. Well, there we have it. So that's our first season of Big Brother.
So, can you look at the challenge wins? I want like on the other tab, like because
hmm,
that was one of the previous ones you looked at. Yeah. Yeah, that challenge wins. So
there you
Kyle most challenge wins. HOH most wins. Kyle. POV. Kyle. Kyle, like I said, like in terms of like the challenges, fucking slayed. Um, let's see. Who else had like pretty good wins? Patrick and
Thanks.
Sally had
Yeah.
5 challenge wins. Kirsty 4 wins. You know, Finney only had 2 wins. Okay, huh?
Yeah, he had one or two HOH wins, was his,
Yeah,
and
I
then
thought he had
John
3.
received the most votes.
Well, yeah,
Kirsty and Patrick received the most with veto.
baby and
Baby John was
John.
most nominated.
Yeah, wow. Okay, and yeah,
But yeah,
that's crazy. 6 challenge wins. Like, you have to really commend her for that, for being so young against people like Patrick Bateman, who are like these brawny, fucking tough guys, you know, and like Kirsty, who has literally survived the Cenobites. I mean, that is
yeah,
really impressive. And to get 3 of each as well, you know, kudos. But yeah, a fan favorite for me would go to Kyle.
yeah. Kyle for sure is a fan favorite.
Mhm.
If not Kyle, maybe Kirsty
Yeah,
or Casey would also be good honorable mentions for me.
I agree. You and I have the exact same opinions for that.
Usually do.
Yeah,
Well,
but yeah,
yeah. So that's been it. Been our first season of Big Brother. I hope you guys all also enjoyed going through this journey with us. This is our first time doing the Big Brother series,
it was
so
a
there's a
long one.
lot more going on in terms of content, and then a lot less of the relationship focused stuff that Survivor has. So it's a little bit different. We're gonna keep playing with it and make sure it's as fine tuned as possible.
Mm.
There are some other competitions through the simulation as well that we might explore as well to add to our spin-off series. But you'll be for sure seeing some more Survivor and Big Brother coming up very, very soon, I'm sure, because I think we're both kind of obsessed with it and we just
Hmm.
love talking about uh, strategy and things like that.
Yeah, and if you want to see more of this, please let us know. And if there's any Survivor characters or Big Brother characters you want to see return, or any characters you want to see beyond either of those, please let us know. Because while we not might not care for like wanting to see um, John Kramer
Michael
return
Myers.
necessarily. Let's say we don't want to see John Kramer return necessarily, and you guys want to see him return. We'll consider it, because your guys' opinion matters just as much as ours do. But yeah, I really enjoyed how this went. Um, like I said, really heated season.
Yeah,
But yeah,
sure was. And it was definitely very interesting the way it played out, and it all works out the way it played out too. So,
mm-hmm.
as per usual, I have been Austin,
And I have been Cameron,
and you have been.
buried in horror.
I'll see y'all soon.
See ya.